All right, y'all. I think we are back. I don't know for sure. Hopefully we are back. Everything wasn't stable, so I don't know what's going on with it. We tried some new settings this week to make it more clear, but we may have to give up the quality to make sure that everything is good. But I'm seeing that I have an excellent connection here now. Before I did not. So, welcome back. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. So as I was stating, it's time for us to get rid of our excuses. It's time for us to actually take a stand and be men. Be there for one another. For all the people that hosted us before, the host may have went away, unfortunately. And I apologize for that, but we had to fix the stream and make it look a little bit better. All right. Now, as we build the canvas in the narrative, right? We have to make sure that we're not being biased in all of this. This isn't an attack on the men. This isn't an attack on the female, the woman, or anything like that. This is a call to just start to get up and do something about it. Let's do something about it. Let's not make excuses. What would the world be like if men took all the weight on their shoulders like we're supposed to, instead of making a 50-50 equality stand on life and just actually take lead and do something? Because men that thrive in this world today, they're taking lead and they're doing something about it. They're not just talking and having excuses as to why they cannot accomplish something. They just get it done. And they also train their youth without giving a narrative of, oh, I don't have the adequate tools, or I didn't have a dad, so I don't know how to be a dad. This is what we're saying. This is what we are doing. The majority of men out there who feel inadequate and wonder why, yes, we're back, hey, and wonder why women don't respect us and why they go to other things, so to speak, to stimulate their mind. A lot of times we try to lead with our pants and off of an idea and a thought, instead of putting the work in that's required to be called a man. Now, everyone have their own idea of a man, and women have their ideal man in thought. At times we feel like, hey, we cannot fulfill all of the woman's expectations of what a man's supposed to be. She's always pointing the finger at what she wants as a man, but what about her as a woman? What should she be doing? At the end of the day, we can think this way. We can think this way. I'm not saying that's unhealthy, but what is unhealthy is that the fact we think that way, and because we think that way, we're not doing anything about our duties as a man, what we're supposed to be doing as men. For all you who are tuning in and coming back from, we had a good little bit of an audience earlier, and it seems like everybody's not here right now because of the show. However, the narrative is in thread, subject head, repairing the damaged man. Now, if you're a man that's not damaged, then this may not be the targeted audience. However, you can give your opinion as well. I'm going to open up the Discord, right? So that everybody can come up in this bad boy. And we're going to talk about it. Any guests that care to say anything, please feel free to do so. And as we wait briefly, I'm going to try to hit up some friends and family members and let them know, and maybe they can get in this conversation as well, because it is much needed, a much needed conversation. Repairing the damaged man. Now we're going to unmute Kels to Sway, because this is Sunday Talks with Jay and Kels. Jay and Kels Sunday Talks. We may change the name, but for right now, it's just called Sunday Talks. We do this every single Sunday from 6:30. It's supposed to be until 8:30 p.m., but occasionally we allow it to go a little bit further, the show airing, that is. So let's get into it. Let's see if Kels to Sway have anything to say. All right, I don't see him in the Discord right now. I don't know if he's still here or not. But yeah, so we're going to put it out there. So give me a brief moment as I get everything together and let people know what we're doing here. All right, I got you, Kels to Sway. All right, so we waiting for guests to get here and hop up in this bad boy. Kels to Sway, are you able to hop in the general chat and discuss? Enrica, would you like to hop in this Discord chat and discuss? Because we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. All right. So we're waiting on that. I don't know if Kels to Sway going to be able to hop up in this bad boy or what. And invite your friends. I got you, Enrica. Invite your friends, let people know, and we're going to talk. Okay? That's what I'm doing right now. Letting everybody know. All right. Try this again. I have it. You really don't need to be here then. Tajiri, I was just about to contact you. Are you able to hop up in the Discord? Oh, he wrote really this again. I hate it. This is Sunday, King. These are Sunday talks. This is what we do every Sunday. So you can come Monday through Thursday. That's all dedicated to gaming. You got me? Oh, well, King, you may want to come back tomorrow. You may want to come in tomorrow, my friend. Tajiri, how are you doing? Kelsu Sway, are you good to go? Can you hear me, my friend? All right, I think he muted himself because I unmuted you. You good to go? All right. Is this about gaming? It is not about gaming. That's why the subject head is in there. It is not about gaming. As stated before, you are more than welcome to come back tomorrow if you do not like the talk show. And I'm going to go ahead and go forward and ignore the chat. So anyway, we're waiting. It's overdue. So let's continue to talk and converse about this. My question is, what is everyone's definition of a damaged man? If you find yourself to be a damaged man yourself, how do you think we can get out of this, pull out of this? We need to speak about this, right? Because we all have our own narratives. We all have our own perspective. We all have our own thoughts about what a damaged man is. So furthermore speaking, how do you repair a damaged man? Because all people can be repaired to an extent, right? How do you change that mindset? How do you break down the walls and the defenses of those of whom are damaged and they're trying to portray that they are healthy and well and nothing's wrong and everything is okay? At the end of the day, we must all be grateful, right? But we must all have our own insights on how to change and make it right. That's the case. Me personally, I can put myself on the line and say that I am damaged. I'm a damaged man. Now, there are men also, as we stated last week about the damaged woman, there are men also who are out there hurting. They've been failed as a child. They didn't have their dad to teach them the way, and those of whom had dads and they decided to go another way. So at the end of the day, we think about it and we make our own idealistic ways to cover up our fallacies. Simple as that. Or in fallacies, as some may say. So when I think about this, I would say that first you have to work on self and be willing to humble yourself. That because a woman tell you something that you are doing inadequately doesn't state that she's putting you down as a man, unless she is putting you down as a man and then you don't listen to that woman. A lot of us who cleaved to our mother and became mama's boys, you know, and didn't have daddies that could sit there and get us right. We need to think about that. There's no more coddling once you become a man, because that damages a man. That's damage. We have to think about these things. I personally think about it all the time. No one's going to hand you anything. And if you're considered a man, why do you have to be so soft or weak? Now, being emotional and things like that is different in comparison to just simply being vulnerable, so to speak. We can be vulnerable, but we don't have to be ultra emotional and soft. When someone think of a leader, when someone think of a head of something, you have to have a strength there. You can't be whimpering. You can't be a wimp. A wimp can't lead a pack of people, or a woman, or children. Now you can say that, hey, listen, I'm hurting, I'm weak in these areas. Can you help me in these areas? See what I'm saying? That is more than understandable. However, that because you have these issues and these faults don't mean that it's an excuse to underdeliver, or at least try. You can't get mad at someone for trying and failing. It's better than making up an excuse and not trying at all. That's what we say. Quite frankly, I'm tired of excuses. I'm all out of them. I want to be better. I want to do better. And I want to know ways. I believe that if we humble ourselves, then as men, we will be able to be this rock, be this head, and be all these things that we want. However, I don't believe that if a man doesn't have it all together, he doesn't deserve a wife. He doesn't deserve a family, or be strong and high-witted. I don't believe that either. I believe that there has to be a balance. We all have negatives, and we shouldn't use an excuse because we aren't there yet. We shouldn't use an excuse. Now, for all of you guys who are pouring in, guys, gals, other, whatever you like to call yourself, the subject matter, head, and thread is repairing the damaged man. What are your ideas on this? Are we ready for folks to start calling in and stating their plea and what they believe? Because I can go all night, but that's not the point of this show, right? Kels to Sway, have you or any of your guests any words to state on the subject matter? I have some questions for everyone out there. Is there a such thing as a damaged man? Is that a real thing? And if so, how do we fix it? All right, so Tajiri states, playing a victim role without cause for it. Can you elaborate what you mean by that? And Enrica, have you any cause in this idea? And all of you whom hosted me previously, if you could re-host, that would be great. Everybody that hosted and rated and everything like that before, if you can crack that re-host, that would be great. So we can get people in here and we can discuss this. Because last week, I got a lot of text messages from sisters saying, well, we need to do the repairing the man next time. I'm not hearing any words in the chat. Right? I'm not seeing anyone writing anything. Talk to me. Let's discuss it. Other than that, my spirit is quickening towards the thought. I look for advice. I look to give advice. I'm grateful for the ability to talk and have this platform and put it out there. I believe that it's really a real thing. Enrica states, I just wish that men would be open about things. If they would, then that would help a lot. But the problem is most men don't know how to. Thank you. Gotcha, Enrica. And what if they feel like they know how, but it's a weakness? Doing that makes them weak. Opening up or let's say that this man opens up to this woman, right? There we go. Emrica, thank you for the host of hosts from coast to coast like Space Ghost said. You're the most. Let's keep it rocking. I appreciate that. When we think about that, right? All praises. When we think about that, it's like, let's say that this man meet this woman and he's opening it up and he's being real. He's telling her everything about himself. And then when they get into an argument, she's upset. She's throwing up in his face about what he opened up to her about. That's a real thing too. So there's a reason for that, correct? There's a reason why men don't want to just open up. It makes them feel weak and soft. Most men, that is. So there has to be a way around that. There's insecurities there. Right? Give me one reason. Yeah, that is a real thing. Men are taught that opening up or showing emotion means that they are weak, but that's so far from the truth. I like that. That makes sense. Narrative case in point. I don't know what you mean by put me on speaker, Kel Susway. Can you hear me? Once you in general, you should already be able to hear me. Once you're in the chat, you should be able to hear me and put me out loud. I don't know what you mean by put me on speaker. If you connect it to it, you can't. Oh, I get what you're saying. You want to change the voice. Hold on, I'll show you how to do that. You can change it from regular talk to speaker. Most of the time you have to be in a call to do that. But hold on, let me see. General. You join voice. Once you in voice, right? When you tap in general, tap the general all together, you would see BiGJaY-TV and you'll see Kels to Sway. And at the bottom of your phone, you should see a camera on the left. You should see a phone with the arrow to share. You should see the microphone, which mutes and unmutes your mic. And right next to that, you would see a speaker. You would tap that speaker and you would tap iPhone or the phrase speaker. That's how you would do it. So I'll show you on Twitch how to do that. You see that? Right? I'm going to tap general. Right? And right there at the very bottom where you see that red hang up phone button, you would tap that speaker there. And you can switch it from phone to speaker. So if you were to speak, it will come out loud on your phone or any Bluetooth device. I hear you, by the way. So that's how you would do it. Did you get it, Kels? Now I'm gonna move back to the Discord on my computer. Jackpot. So I hear you, and I hear people saying you guys are doing the most or something like that. I hear some background noise. I don't know what that is. But yeah, Kels, do you know how to do it now? Okay.
Yo, bro.
Yes, sir. You sound absolutely amazing. Yes. How are you? Great.
So, like I'm saying, I cannot put you on speaker.
Okay.
So I'm gonna deal with it like this.
Question: Are you using? I'm sorry to cut you off, but are you using computer or phone? All right. Did you see how I was showing you how to do it? If you can on your phone, right? You're on it right now. Discord. Mm-hmm. All right. You see where it says general, like me and you are in it with the speaker. Mm-hmm. Tap that general. Did you tap that?
Hold on.
Tap general, and it should bring up. It should bring up BiGJaY-TV and Kels to Sway, join voice, and all those other things, right?
Right.
All right, give me one moment. All right, join voice. All right, now what you do is at the bottom screen, do you see a camera there? The camera button. Do you see invite friends and all of that? You see that? All right. Yeah, and you see the speaker? Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna reconnect here. All right, am I on speaker? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, shalom, shalom, family. All right, I hear y'all. Is there anything you'd like to add, Kel Susway? What is your idea about it? Like, how do you repair a damaged man? First off, is there a such thing as a damaged man? You know, are we damaged in a way? And it's good to see you here on your own show. I'm glad to have you, my brother. I know you've been on a little vacation, everything like that, but it's great to have you back on the show. Do you believe that we are damaged? Do you believe that's a real thing? Now, not every man, but do you believe that the majority of us are damaged? You know, do you think that men are damaged? And if so, do you believe that they can be repaired or it's unrepairable? Men are just going to be sauntering in what they believe and what they think, and they don't want to change. They're not going to change, and it's going to stay that way. Like, what do you think about that, Kels? Do you have any answer to that?
So I do not feel like men as a whole damaged, because we're wired different. So when you think about, you know, the damaged woman and you come to the damaged man, it's two different type of scenarios. With us, it's more or less the I guess you can say the types of experiences that we encounter, which causes us to act a certain way, you know, in relationships. But like I said, when it comes to being damaged, I can't sit here and you know, talk to another man and ask him like, yo, are you damaged, brother? Like, that just seems weird to me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just seems weird to me. However, I do know that, you know, men go through certain things in relationships, you know, or men go through certain things, you know, in their life, which causes them to act a certain way, you know, regarding other people and regarding, you know, the people that they come in contact with. But I wouldn't say that we need repairing as far as relationship wise, or as far as, you know, how we need to act when it comes to being in a relationship. It's different with men, and you know, like I said, we can go deeper into it as we continue going on, but I feel like it's a little bit deeper with men than with women.
So do you believe that it's not really a damaged man perspective, is more so how he chooses to live life and things like that? Is that what you're saying?
Like, you know, a man can be how men are portrayed nowadays, and how we're raised to be, can cause us to be, or to, you know, act and act out certain things in relationships, you know, which can harm, you know, other people, so on and so forth. I don't feel like we're damaged from, you know, certain people or whatever. I mean, you could have trust issues and things of that nature and stuff like that, but I feel like it's, you know, when it comes to being damaged, that's a little bit far-fetched as far as for a man.
I like it.
You know, because like I said, we can go deep into it. I've had relationships where, you know, it causes trust issues and things of that nature, but I wouldn't say I'm damaged. I would say that, you know, until I met my wife, you know, I kept things to a minimum as far as relationships. And until I started taking the Bible seriously, you know, I didn't understand how to act in a relationship. So, you know, it really just depends on what's given. You know what I'm saying? And as far as, you know, being damaged, I wouldn't say I'm damaged. You know, I would say that, you know, experiences which led me to this area, caused me to be who I am and caused me to act the way that I act. However, I have a fallback, which is now that I'm more wiser as age comes in and I understand relationships more, therefore I can act different and complete the task that's before me when it comes to that. So I don't know, like I said, it's different. We are not the same when it comes to a man and woman. Like I stated yesterday or last week, women need to have security and be protected. Men are different. You know what I'm saying? We are the foundation. We are the rock that a woman needs. So we don't have time being damaged by a woman. If you're dwelling on just being damaged, that's an issue when it comes to a man. Now, I know that like men go through things,
right?
But we cannot stay in that zone. We have to move forward. You know what I'm saying, and become better as men. And when it comes to it, as far as being better as a man, it comes with wisdom. It comes with growth. Because men, it takes time. I didn't start wising up until I was like 25. I'm 30 now, so it takes time in order to wise up as a man. Women usually are wiser, or they wise up faster than men. Everyone knows that. So
yeah,
that's my little point on that. I'm going to bop on mute and we'll go from there.
All right, y'all heard it from Kels himself. That's that was amazing. I couldn't say anything better myself in that regard. Quite honestly speaking, yeah, thanks for sharing, Kels. Thanks for sharing. Quite honestly speaking, I do believe that, in my head space, I believe that we can't make up excuses. Failed marriages or anything like that. It's like, what do you show your little boy or your little girl about, let's say that a woman or a man or society is not treating you properly? Do you lay down and cower between your knees and just lay there and stay there? Or do you get up, work, break your neck continuously? Because eventually I believe that a woman, in my opinion, wants to help someone that is helping themselves. That's leading by example, that's actually trying. You have some women out there that are ungrateful. We're not talking about those women though. You have ungrateful people out there that think that the world owes them something, have to keep giving them. Nevertheless, there are women out there who just simply want to be appreciated. And like he said, want that rock. That's why when I was speaking to the gentleman last week, I gave my opinion that I don't want to feel like the woman is the rock. I want to feel like Christ is my head and I'm the rock. You know what I mean? Because Christ is building his foundation on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the building block to hold the structure of this family. So I believe that it starts within. I have had failed marriages, and I can think that, hey, the common denominator is that Big J just can't get it right. Or I can think, okay, I learned from this experience. There are things that I did wrong. Also, I know what to look forward to in the future, of what to avoid, of what not to put up with, and have this standard from the beginning. A lot of us, we run from standard as men. We settle just because we want to settle. And I don't believe that is a true marking place when you're considered to be the leader of the head. You know what I mean? If you want to look up to a woman to give you these things, or another man to give you this validation, or the world to give you validation, then I believe you're already failing. So if you do feel like you hurt, you're damaged, or you've been put down, I like the way Kels put it. That's awesome. That's a nice way of seeing this here thing. It's a nice way, you know, a wonderful perspective in my opinion about this situation. Now, for all of you who just came in here, thank you, Small Streamers Connect, and you know, all you different platforms. We lost a lot of viewers from last you know, from this stream starting up in the beginning. However, hopefully people will start pouring in.
So do
give
we
their
have
opinion.
do we have any men in here? That's what I want to know. What, besides me and you, who else do we have?
As of right now, I'm not gonna call anybody out, right? We can see everyone that's in the chat, and we want to know. All right, there we go, McKnight official. He's a man.
The reason why I asked is just because I want to know
perspectives.
You know, what man feels like they're damaged or they have been damaged, so we can go ahead and you know, find their perspective as well.
I love it. Well spoken. And welcome from all of you who are watching from other platforms all over. We know Lurker TV, we know Facebook, we know YouTube, we know Twitter, all these different people who are tuning in from different links and everything like that. Please keep sharing and posting the links. Repairing the damaged man is a subject heading thread. And McKnight, do you have any opinion on this? And even if you're younger, even if you're 13, 12, 14, right? We all aspire to learn from a man, right? We all want to feel like, hey, daddy, right? We all have a dad, right? Even if he's not there, even if he doesn't exist, or he passed away, or he walked away on mom at younger youth, we still have our thoughts and aspirations about what a man is, or rather he's damaged or not damaged, etc. So you can voice your opinion as well. Youth, teens, tweens, adults. What is the thought? And Tajiri, I know you got something to say on this as well, sis. You can hop in this bad boy if you like to. Also, your opinion is well welcomed. He's stating of opinion on relationships, or opinion on a man being damaged, period. Because in order to have a relationship, you also have to have, you know, actuality. In other words, you have to have a relationship with yourself first, and you have to have a place in society first before having any relationship with other people. So in general, work got me down. I can't get a stable career. My boss is disgusting. Or I have a girlfriend, or I have a boyfriend, or I have a dog friend, right? That I feel inadequate to. All these things are the same in the subject. We want to know, what are the men's opinions and thoughts on this matter? Because last week, the women, they stated their piece. However, we need the men to speak as well. And if you're coming from Streamers Connect, man, come and hop in this bad boy. And your opinion is wanted and needed as well. We're going to smack that Discord in the chat again. On all platforms, anyone's welcome. Females, males alike.
I have a question for the women. Do they feel like the men that they have you know, been in relationships with were damaged? That's a question I want to know.
Nice question.
Do they feel like they were damaged, and what's their you know, what's their idea or their perspective on, you know, the men that they were dealing with, as far as if he was damaged or they felt like he was?
And we'll wait for a little for women and men to gather their thoughts. It's a great question. Have any of the women anything to say? Now, a lot of you guys, I'm not going to put your names out there. You all had hit me up last week stating that you wanted to discuss this subject thread. So let's discuss. You know, we have the bit rate and everything a little bit high this week. I don't know if everyone can actually tune in. If need be, I can try to call some friends and get them in here. McKnight official states all man damage is hard. Trust me, from a man I know more than anyone, bro. The answer will not be in the bottom of a bottle, right? Or in the club. I got broke before band trust. I'm lost a little bit on that. Trust me, if we'll get better. That my short story college was hard. Laughter. But you know today is better. Thanks for reading me, bro. All right, I got you, McKnight. Can you elaborate on what you mean? You know, so you're saying that you're damaged and then you have to keep working hard and it will get better? It froze on me, but what was the question? The question was, Kels, can you reiterate that? Do you remember what you asked? Kels to Sway? All right, he was asking women, do you feel like you've been in Young Will, how you feeling, my brother? Have you felt like you've been in a relationship with a damaged man? Like, that's the question that Kels to Sway was asking. Do you think that you've been with a man who has been damaged?
Absolutely. That is the question. And if so, what are your thoughts on that? Because like I stated before, I do not feel like men should dwell with with being damaged on their end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be, a man shouldn't dwell like that. It should be different. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know the perspective from a woman, and I want to know if exactly what they've seen, because they see things different, they feel different. So I really want to dig into it.
And McKnight official state, now is all good just to say never give up. I love that. All right. Enrica said, none of the guys would ever tell me if that makes sense. But I felt like they were because they would never be open with me. Kels, have you any statement?
Men.
Okay.
For real. It really just depends. That's really just men. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we like to, resolve things within ourselves. We
Right.
don't speak our feelings constantly. That's more or less a female trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we talk with the boys, whatever, we'll say some things, but we don't go deep into it and pour out feelings. You know what I'm saying? We need to resolve things ourselves. That's what we do. So as far as that being, I mean, I understand what you're saying. As far as my case, I feel like that's really just a man. You know what I'm saying? Men don't pour out feelings like that. You know what I mean? We're told from birth, you know what I'm saying, to be strong, to don't cry, don't this and that. So we're different when it comes to that. What other indications do you have as far as in your relationship do you feel like your man was damaged, is my question.
McKnight officials stated, it's hard to get open for a man. Right? And McKnight also stated, man don't cry. At not true, Got you. And Enrica state, but why? Why don't y'all pour out y'all feelings? Is Hajiri still up in here? I know she was in the last one. I don't know if she's still here. If she knows it's still going on.
This is what I have to say. I mean, I'm not saying men don't cry at all. Like, that was, I'm saying we are taught since birth, or since being a young man, young boy, to not cry. You understand? Men don't go around pouring out feelings constantly, just because that's not what men do. You know what I'm saying? When a man is over emotional, that's not a man. And it, with this society nowadays, like, they like to blur the lines between man and female, male and female. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to being a man, there's nothing wrong with, pouring out your feelings to your significant other and things of that nature. But you can't look for a man to be over here crying on the pillow and laying on your chest and doing all sorts of stuff, tearing up all the time. Like, that's not a man, because then you're going to want the same man when a killer is coming to the house to pull up and fight for you. And you can't have both. You know what I'm saying? You're going to want the same man when somebody, disrespects you, to stand up for you. You can't have both. A man is a man. A woman is a woman. Two different things. So we're different. When we understand the difference, we can understand each other. So what I'm saying is that, men, when it comes to expressing themselves, we have to learn to do better as far as with the woman. You know what I'm saying? Myself, I have to learn to express myself more with my wife. Because, like I said, I'm a man. So I don't sit here and, go over and over and over, or go deep into my feelings and, oh man, I had a bad day. I don't do things like that. Like, I tell her, like, yo, this was drawing, this was going on, blah blah blah, but I don't go into, all my deep feelings. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to, she knows me, so we understand each other when it comes to that. But with her, it'll be a whole deep thing we go into. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? Because she's a female, But, like I said, men do cry. So I want to correct that if someone thought that I said that, we don't do that. We do that. We're taught not to. We're taught to be a man. We're taught not to cry. We're taught not to complain. We're taught not to do these things from a young age. But when it comes to being damaged from a woman, we're talking about being the damaged man is from past relationships. Men have to understand to move on, be a man, pull your pants up, and do the work. That's it. That's all they have to do. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who damaged us, what happened. We need to understand that the next relationship that we go into, we can't have the same feelings from our prior relationship, because it's going to mess everything up. You understand? So that's my point. I'm still waiting for the other question to be answered, as far as from a woman's perspective. How did you know your man was damaged? And what did you do to help repair him if you knew he was damaged? Now, like I stated, you can't have both. You understand? Like, I know somebody, and I'm gonna just put it out there. Like, I know somebody, right? There's a couple that I know, and one guy is like a chill guy. Like, the man is like a chill guy. He just be chilling. He be doing his thing. He's not a confrontational type dude. You understand? And I know, those who've been in the past broadcasts, like, when you look at me and Jay, we can be confrontational. That's my homie. Listen, we get it in. You dig? It happens. Because we're men. That's what happens. But when I'm talking about this guy, right? This guy he's a calm guy. He's, calm voiced. He's not a confrontational dude. You understand? Yet his woman is one of those women who is a confrontational woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she speaks up for him. She says things like, if I crack a joke on him, she will rebuttal instead of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's the loudmouth type dude, right? Then, this couple gets into an issue, and the female is looking at the man like, hey, why aren't you defending me? And the man's like, nigga, you know that I don't do that. I'm a calm guy. Why aren't you defending yourself? Now she's looking at him like, okay, he's not a man. But hold up, sister. That's not what you were saying when you were cutting him off and finishing all his sentences when his friend was coming at his neck. That's not what you were saying. So to my point is this: you can't have both. A woman has to know, has to not even know. I'm sorry. A woman has to be a woman, and a man has to be a man. If a man is calm and a man isn't talking like that, the woman needs to make sure she doesn't do that. It's both. It's both. You understand? So I want to know perspective. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Enrica, are you able to hop in the Discord now, sister?
Is that good?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it, and then we're gonna see once we start putting the
does any of the brothers that are with you have a word to state?
Who's next? Sister, you ready?
Yeah. Thanks you. Yeah. I guess make sure you play it real fast. Yeah.
Kelsey Sway, have any of the men that are in your company like a word on the show? Yes, no, maybe. All right. Enrica, have you anything else to add to that? Tajiri, have you anything to add to that? Any men in here, have you any word to add to that? I take it that people are having issues with the stream, maybe? Do I have to do another restart? All right, I see. I got you. No, I'm not sorry. I missed everything that was just said. My Wi-Fi is going in and out. So it's not particular the stream is your Wi-Fi. Can you hop in from your phone? And wait a minute, I also have a family member. I'm gonna make a call. I'm gonna see if she has anything to say. I was speaking to earlier today. If you guys give me one brief moment, I'm gonna make this quick call. Everybody that's in here, make sure you guys, if you can, share out the stream. We're going to talk about it. What I think the issue is the bit rate of the stream. You know what I mean? Maybe it's too high. So a lot of people who usually are cell phone users, they can't really watch it or anything like that. Next week, we will make sure we don't do that. We're just going to drop it back down to a good old 720p so that everybody can watch it and get involved with it. So with that being said, Enrica's having issues with her internet altogether. I don't think she knows how to lower it to 360p. You can use your regular data and just lower the
everyone's not a tech guy, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, on your phone you can tap your phone and it will show the video, and there's like a gear right next to it. When you're on it, if you're using the app, you tap on it, you watch the video, and when you tap the gear button, what you can do, you look at it right here. There's a gear at the upper left-hand corner. When you tap it, you can pick how you want to see it, the video. And if it's not working well, you can put it on auto, or you can just put it on 360p or 160p. So that may work. So not many people saying anything this week as of right now. So I'm just gonna go into it, and we're gonna discuss. We're gonna talk. We have a dialogue, and whoever wished to join, it can join. That's true. I could do that, but I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, it's all right, Enrica. So with that being said, I personally believe that there is a such thing as a damaged man, but when it comes down to it, you allowing yourself to stay damaged is another thing. I believe that I personally have went through some things that kept me kind of down, kept me kind of out of it, you know.
Shalom, this is brother Karan Hakata.
Oh, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, brother, how you?
I'm doing great. It's pleased to hear your voice, man. It's great to have you. How you feeling today?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, brother.
That is awesome.
I just wanted to chime in on the damaged man.
Yes, sir.
I figured that one of the main reasons on repairing a damaged man is the mind. We have as men, we have to change our mind, our frame of mind. If our frame of mind is not changed, then we just continue in our folly. So that's I just wanted to speak on that real quick, get my perception on that. But it's good to hear from you, brother. I love you, man, and all praises, man. Congratulations on your podcast. Oh man, hey, congrats to everybody, to everybody. Congrats to everybody, man. But yeah, man, that's I just wanted to chime in on, put my perspective on that thing, man. I mean, according to the father, on the father part side of things, it depends on how the father was raised and what morals that the father came up on. Because if the father came up as a thug and as a G or whatever, and then he wanted to raise his kid or his child up in a better circumstance, he can. But are we talking on a spiritual level or on a worldly level? You know what I'm talking about? So, it goes both ways.
Was it July? Isn't it July?
Yeah, she missed the cue like I have a second.
All right, can I hear it? Can I hear it?
Yeah, play it out loud. Yeah. Oh, praise the Lord.
All praises. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sorry about that, y'all. My apologies. All that time I was talking, my apologies. All right, with that being said, I stated this. A lot of women, and quote me if I'm wrong, in regards to being a G, in a way that could be a good thing, right? Because let's say that a woman, they don't necessarily want a G all the time, but this guy can actually protect, Great Enrica, can protect you. That's the point that matters here. You know, a G, he doesn't have to always, you know, kill or hurt or do these things. However, you can have a man that's a rich man, he's strong and all these things, but he's a prude. Can he protect you when you're hurting? Can he protect you when someone run up in your house? I said, when a guy is in the house with you, your man, you know, he got money, he can buy guards and all this stuff, but what happens if the poacher gets in the guest room, and then from the guest room gets to your bedroom? What are you going to do? You're going to whip out your wallet and say, hey man, whatever you want, take whatever you want. I'm thinking maybe he's going to kill you, raid your house, take everything out of your wallet, and might take your woman. Your woman might feel like, well, at least this guy can protect me more than him. It may seem like an outlandish thing, like TV, cartoons. However, that's the case. That's the narrative. If a woman, not a girl, because sometimes girls want this, a mature woman that knows what she wants out of life, know what kind of man she's looking for, she may aspire and connect more to that. She may look up to that. Some women want that G factor without the G being present. She want him to be strong. She want him to protect her. That's why the bad guys wins most of the time. But imagine if a guy had those qualities without harming the people, without damaging other people. He has that protector spirit. And he can be meek and soft and rub your feet at night and read you a bedtime story. And in the morning, if a guy run up on him, he can knock him out. Imagine being a woman and having that. And he's great with the kids. You see what I'm saying? There's all different aspirations as to it. But however, if a man is damaged, he may not be able to do that. Now, Tajiri states, protect not just physically, but my emotion, spirit, mind. In other words, I'm a Bible believer, and it speaks of give honor to the woman, as a weaker vessel. So I believe in that. How do we do it though, Tajiri? What does that look like to you? What does that sound like to you? Mac Knight, you can rejoin the Discord. I saw you when you came in before, and you can state your utterance. You may utter what you like to say. Now, for all of you who just joined in on this beautiful, amazing show tonight, the narrative case in point is, I see you, McBoy26, repairing the damaged man. And Archer, you may state your case too if you have a poise in the fight. Talk to me, McBoy26. Do you believe that men are damaged? And if so, how do we repair the man that's damaged?
Sorry, I'm listening to him.
To who?
To Big J. Wait, hello?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hello, how you doing, Big J?
How are you? I'm doing great. Talk to us.
Right on. Sorry, it's my first time experiencing talking on the stream, bro.
That's okay. It sounds good to me. I hear it. Now, are you from
but
the
I
U.S.?
myself, so I gotta mute myself. Just a sec. There you go.
So you do not want to speak, you just want to listen? Do you have any say, or would you like to just listen?
No, my voice. There you go. Yes. No, I was listening, and somebody said something about protecting is not just physical, but it's emotional and spirit mind.
Yes. What do you feel about that?
I think it's very important that it's all in the mind, really. Like anybody would protect his family in the situation.
So you said anybody would do this?
And any situation that it's same thing with relationship. Well, like if you love somebody, would you defend him?
him or her, or yes, Tajiri states a man would protect his family.
Her. Yes, him or her.
Okay, him or her would protect their family, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
it's all in the mind, really.
So isn't it so?
Because
all right.
If you like, that's my like it's what I thought. What you like, it's, you know what I'm saying.
I don't 100% understand, so I don't want to guess what you're saying. Yeah, I don't want to guess. No, that's no, it's okay. I understand that. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to try to clean this up for you. I want to get what you were saying to the viewers. So in other words, the whole thought process of a man protecting a house, protecting the family, you saying in that it's a whole family effort and not just the man and the woman must do this? Is this what you're saying? They must both be the protector? Is this what you're stating or no?
Yeah, it's like together, you're protecting family together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'll give you an example so it makes more clear. Like, if your kid gets bullied at school, and girl or guy, it gets bullied by, if you have a girl that's get bullied by a man at school, example. Well, between me and you, I'd rather let my girlfriend go to school and talk to the parents, because I might be very, very mad. You know what I'm saying?
Well, between me and you, I'm finna lay hands.
He's really like that. I know personally, he's really like that. That ain't a joke. So
that's what I mean by it's a teamwork. You guys know each other as a couple.
Okay. Now the question is, right? Because we're not gonna get on the female. We were on the female. That was last week. Oh,
okay.
So this week, repairing the damaged man. That sounds like this guy has gotten some repairing going on. You know what I'm saying? Because he's willing to repair. If you're talking about get family coming together and this and the third, this woman trusting you, putting her hands around your arm, your bicep, then obviously this brother ready to knock some heads off or whatever have you, right? So he sound a little bit repaired to me, don't you think? Now the question is, if a man is damaged, let's say that he doesn't have that in him. Let's say he look at his woman like, yo, you gonna sit there and let the guy come in here, girl? Yo, get that 45. I'm gonna use my hands. If my hands don't work, use that 45. So we're trying to get an understanding here. Understand the narrative, right? So my question to you, in your opinion, is there a such thing as a damaged man? If so, how do you repair that? Lisa Durant, I sent you the Discord. Download that. And this is how and you can talk that way. Your creator username, and you can download that. I may be able to find another way to make a call. Now, so do you have your opinion? It seems like he left the Discord.
So, what I did hear the gentleman, like stated. For me,
you're cutting in and out, Kels. I don't know what's going on.
Can you guys hear me or no?
We can hear you now. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna change up the music a little bit.
I did hear his example he gave and everything like that, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes
you're cutting out. Do you have bad signal? I don't know what's going on. It was good at first. I don't know. You're cutting out now. All right, y'all. So I think he's working on his microphone and everything like that. Have there any females' perspective on this whole ordeal? Are there any women there that like to talk?
Hello?
Yes. And Lisa, I see that you want to
Okay.
talk. Can you download that? You sound great. Welcome back.
Great. So, what was I heard what the gentleman was saying. Can you explain that as far as reiterate what he was saying real quick?
In all honesty, well, he was very nervous, so that played a key part.
Well-
but I couldn't really understand 100% what he was trying to say. He was stating that it's an even effort, both men and women, as far as protecting and all these different things. However, the subject thread
Absolutely.
is. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And absolutely. I 100% agree with that because like I was stating before, I was, you stated that I was getting cut off, that women handle things different. Like it's a team effort. So, a woman, he was saying what I heard from the Yak, he was saying that if you have a child in school or something and they get bullied, he said that he might, have his wife or girlfriend, whatever, go up there and talk to him because he would like to go up there and it would be confrontational. And this is from what I'm gathering. And
That's understandable. I didn't get that from it, so that's great. I didn't get that,
well,
but yeah, that's good.
That's what I heard. So that's great. Like I said, women handle things different when it comes to a woman and a man. And women, protect their child as well. Like listen, my wife, she can be like the weakest person ever until it comes to like something that's dealing with her daughter. And then once it's like that motherly strength that comes out of nowhere, and then she's strong as crap. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there is protection that comes from the female side. Like we're not denying that at all. This isn't that type of conversation. What we are saying is this: when it comes to a damaged man, and that's the topic that we're trying to stay on. When it comes to a damaged man, right? We cannot allow ourselves to stay there. Just like the Kara said. He said that, it's a mind frame when it comes to a man. Like we handle things differently.
Right.
I'm saying, like women, when they're damaged, okay, they deal with it, whatever. When it comes to a man, we cannot allow ourselves to stay in that type of mind frame. We can't be like, oh, poor me, this girl broke my heart, what am I to do?
Right.
We can't stay like that.
Right.
It's not a man.
Right.
Yeah. We need to move on, build our house, get ourselves in order for the next woman that's gonna come. Why? Because we are the protectors of the household. We are the protectors of this world, right? So when it comes to this, right? And doesn't matter if a black man's dating interracially or if a black man's dating a black woman, whatever. When it comes to this, if you're in a household, right, and it's the middle of the night and some person just breaks in your home,
right?
The man is not going to look at the wife like, hey, can you go check that out?
A real man.
I hear a noise. Right. You know what I'm saying? The woman is going to be like, babe, wake up.
Right.
Gonna be like, yo, what's
going on? Right.
And he going to stumble out the bed and walk out there. He might get bopped. You never know. But he going to stumble out there and find out what's going on. That's a man.
I agree.
You understand?
You
can't have two.
Right.
You understand? That's all I'm saying. Like when it comes to men showing their feelings or men crying and all sorts of stuff, if you got an overly emotional man, you don't have a man.
Right.
And that's
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
You don't have a man when he's overly emotional.
I agree with that.
Sometimes it takes, if your man is too predictable and you know everything about your man, you don't have a man. If he's too predictable, if you're like, oh, okay, I know exactly what he's gonna do. He does the same thing over and over. That's no. This is why most women be cheating on men like that. Because they know what he gonna do. He's just too predictable. You understand? A man is supposed to keep somebody guessing. A man is supposed to devise things in his mind and understand within himself, connect with the Most High and understand what his next move is. And then if he needs to go to his wife and ask, like, babe, what do you think I should do? That's what he's gonna do. However, the first rule or the first, direction of what he's gonna do is gonna come from himself in the Most High. Nothing else. That's a man. We need to get past all this extra stuff that's out there nowadays, because men nowadays ain't men. Men nowadays is mixing with women.
Absolutely, being emotional, soft.
Period. So they crying, they doing all sorts of stuff. They looking at the woman. If someone breaking their house, they looking at her like, listen, sister, you need to go check that out. That's what men is doing nowadays. They soft, they not men. You understand? Like men can get in a fight and men can be cool the next day.
That's true.
That's what happened growing up in the 90s. That's what we did. All these new cats coming up, you know what I'm saying? All these new people coming up, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a man. So I'm still waiting on, I know there were some technical difficulties, but I'm still waiting on the rebuttal to what we were saying. I want to see the woman perspective of what a damaged man looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there are some cancerous men out there.
Absolutely.
Men who beat their wives, men who do these things, men who have trust issues. But like I said, if a man is dealing emotionally with his emotions like that, if his emotions is taking control of him, he is not a man. If a man is being controlled by his sexual desire, he is not a man. These are things that men should have to conquer. Mind over body. And listen, come on, don't get me on my soapbox, because we're going to be here all day.
Talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. I'll be here all day and break down some things when it comes to being a man. You understand? But I'm going to bop on mute. You dig? I want to hear what other people say.
What do you all think about that? Come on, people in the audience, especially to the women that text me last week. What do y'all think about that? Tajiri states, insecure, belittling, degrading, won't take responsibility for anything, feels like everything is someone else's fault, basically a baby man. Woo, that's strong. That's a strong statement, sister. Yes, indeed.
Wait, repeat that.
Tajiri stated, insecure, belittling, degrading, won't take responsibility for anything, feels like everything is someone else's fault, basically a baby man.
Ooh.
Yeah, she hitting hard. Like, Lord, I wasn't ready for that.
That was her man from
yeah, is that what you were dealing with, Tajiri? Judah Monster, how you doing, brother? That hit hard. I ain't gonna lie, she ain't playing no game. She's sick of it. She tired. You heard me? Any other statements out there? Tajiri, would you like to hop in this bad boy? I plead your Fifth Amendment on that. Who are you speaking on? Tajiri, Nopers. Oh, snap, she going hard, ain't it? So I'm going to mute this up, take this call, and we're going to discuss. Let's discuss. What do you think about that?
I you know, if that's what she was dealing with, I feel like I'm just trying to find out if that was her past relationship. If that was her past relationship, I understand. Like, you know, that's a man that's, you know, that was dealing with those issues. You know, but excuse me. Give me one moment. I was just trying to figure out exactly, you know, what was said as far as, you know, she said that was her past relationship, right? Can you go back? What was it? Controlling or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Her statement was insecure, belittling, degrading, won't take responsibility for anything, feels like everything is someone else's fault, basically a baby man. And then she recently iterated, I could be a friend, it could be a friend, brother, or a past relationship. It seems to be the norm. Men looking for mamas that become their baby mamas. Ty Jerry going in. Hey, well, it's kind of factual though. Listen, what she's saying.
I can't even, you know, I can't even, you know, rebuttal that. Why? Because some men are like that.
Right.
You know, some men do that, especially when you're dealing with a man who doesn't have a proper father figure and doesn't know what a man is. You understand? A lot of these women are out here, you know, dating, doing things, dealing with a whole bunch of men, right? And you run into a whole bunch of personalities, a whole bunch of issues, a whole bunch of baggage from other relationships. You understand? So I agree. You know, he could have been a baby man. You know, he could have looked for, you know, a woman or, you know, a girlfriend he was trying to have his mom or something like that, you know. But at the end of the day, that's not a man. You know, that's not traits of a man that you should have had, you know, the acquaintance with. You understand? So I agree.
Anybody else have anything to say? And she wrote, exactly. So how am I to repair something like that? Hey, that's the case that we're stating here. And that's why he said what he said.
Just like we stated before, last week, if you were here for last week's broadcast, the only way for that man to be repaired is for him to deal with himself directly first. We cannot love someone else without loving ourselves first. That's period. So there's no way you can repair him. If he comes into that relationship like that, who's like over 20 years old. That's who he is. He's stuck in his ways.
Whoa.
Only way that we can do that, or that, you know, that he will change,
Hi.
is if he sees himself and he wants to change. So, you know, it depends. Like a man like that, you know, that's really hard. Like he shouldn't be like that. That man needs to grow up. You know, he needs to understand what being a man actually is.
Well, what if he doesn't know? And females, we want your perspective. Par, you can take the floor. She left. It looked like she left the if you may come back to the general chat, you can state your utterance, Par, and state your insight on the subject thread. Again, for all the new people who have come into the show, the subject thread head is repairing the damaged man. In all honesty, I don't believe that it takes a woman to repair a man. Just like I don't think that a man alone can repair a woman, a damaged woman. I believe that it first starts within. I'm going to put myself on the chopping block here, if I may utter it. This is very loud in my ear. Let me turn this down. All right, sorry about that, y'all. So I'm going to put myself out there and say this. I personally believe that I've had back-to-back failed relationships, and I can choose to stay in that headspace and believe that I'm a horrible person, or that I don't deserve happiness and all these different things. At the end of the day, will that change anything? So should I be alone, have no woman, have nothing? Or should I keep pressing forward and try to do my best? And maybe I made the improper decisions based off of emotion. Maybe I should have took more of a direct approach to things, and if things didn't add up the way I felt like was to my understanding and standard, then I wouldn't submit to the nonsense nor subscribe to negligence. In other words, personally, I believe that I can't quit. I can't make up excuses for my mistakes or decisions. I can't cry and be a wussy about it. I can shed tears, give it to the Most High, and keep pressing to be an example of what a man does. Now, let's say that I was a failure and I did fail 2 times. Now, let's say that with that being said, I shouldn't fail anymore. I should know what to do. I shouldn't give up. I believe that's a man approach to it. I failed here or been failed, and I should go forward. Yes, sir, you may.
Okay.
What's your opinion on that, Kels?
So, on what you just stated, and I understand exactly what you were saying. So my question is, with your experiences of your past relationships,
yes,
is that going to have you feel like, poor me, why can't I find a relationship that works? Why does this happen to me? Or are you going to understand what's happening to you? Are you going to make your next move and move on? What are you going to do when you're dealing with the hand that was given to you?
Well, I look at it like this. I personally I'm not just saying this just to sound good, because I'm living it. So I'm going to be honest and totally transparent. I personally don't believe that there's any excuses. A lot of people, they would say to me, hey man, if I went through what you went through, bro, I would freaking go, yo man, you're better than me. I'll go crazy. And me, I look at it like this, man. There ain't no such thing as quitting. My life don't belong to me. I am to endure what I'm going through and continue to press forward. There will be someone out there for me that's better. Maybe they couldn't understand it because they may be damaged themselves. A lot of people point the finger that are hurt and swear that everyone else is the issue when you may be the issue. And that's probably why you're alone. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I got you right here. That's that alkaline water. So in all honesty, I'm going to keep going forward. I'm going to build my house on a solid rock. So whenever I know what to look out for if a woman comes incorrectly, not based off of her social status quo or her outer beauty or her influence with her comeliness, which is also heavily attractiveness. I don't give a rat's about that. That is great. I can go to Brazil somewhere and get treated fairly for about $200 a night. I'm good if I wanted to go that route. It's not about that. I look at it like I know what to look out for now. It's not no more what can you do for me. If a woman hit me with that, I already know that that's not who I want. It's not about what I can do for you. It's what I can do for people, the Most High, and how you can help me do this for the people. How can you help me continue to raise a nation of peoples? That's what I'm looking for. Now that I have this type of, or Japan for a Oman, yo, I've been to Japan and I've met those type of women as well. I met a lot of Japanese people, and it doesn't change my utterance. I'm a woman. I see you, Tajiri. I hear you, girl. You know, in all honesty, I believe that I'm going to keep hustling, Kels Sway. I can't give up. And sometimes you feel like that. I mean, it hurts, but listen, man, every day I grind the hustle in this business called streaming. Nauticals.
I agree, you know, and I'm happy to hear that, because that's what men do.
Yes, sir.
And I get it. I understand exactly the you know, experiences that we may have all had.
It hurts. It hurts, brother.
You know, exactly.
It hurts like crazy,
but
but
we've all been through things that caused us to be the way we are. That's what makes us us. However, there's something that we need to stand on when it comes to being a man. We got to understand how men operate and what a man is. You understand? And men don't come into that knowledge until they're 28, 20s, 20, 29, 30. It takes time for us to understand exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, hold up. These dudes.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Par, however you state your name. I know you as Lisa Durant. You may state your utterance. The question, subject, head, thread line is this. To streams other, if you're gonna see this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, please hit that notification bell. If you're on Twitch, make sure, if you have not already, crack that follow button. For every Sunday we're going to be doing this. You can crack that bell too if you want notifications as to when I go live. I stream this every single Sunday, 6:30 through 8:30 p.m., but it can also go until, you know, furthermore. We're going to go a little bit longer like we did last week, maybe not as long as last week. We're going to allow people to talk.
And we're going to continue to have great topics like this. We just would like to ask that everyone who is in the chat, please interact. This
How you
is
doing? Legit.
A group thing that we like to do. We like to hear from the people. We like to see their experiences and get to know everyone. This is an open community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Per, you may state your utterance. Enrica stated. Hold on now. Hold on, Tajiri. Yes, we can. Before you speak, one moment.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm getting all of these comments here. All right, so Tajiri was just being silly. Legit, how you feeling, man? Welcome back, as you always come and support. All righty. Enrica, are you going to hop in this bad boy and state your utterance, as well as Tajiri? We see you typing in there. If you feel free to come in here, feel free to come in here and speak. Thank you. My mods out there, y'all awesome. Now, if you may state your utterance, Par, I would like to hear it.
Well, I was in and out because I was trying to get the app together, and my husband got it together. I was trying to say something when it was saying the gentleman that spoke a while ago about a man has to reform his mind. I wanted to speak on that. I do feel like that's a big issue of helping a damaged man, because a lot of men, to me, in my opinion, that I have saw complain about a lot of things, but don't change a lot of things or even want to change a lot of things. And sometimes with their women, and also their children. They would down them when life passed them by. And, when a woman is trying her best to change or, make a difference in the family, and because the man feels down about himself, he puts that on his wife or his woman, his girlfriend, and his children. And now the household is coming up, you know, um, just ricochet, like, the son there, the daughter there, the mom stressed out, the dad stressed out, he don't want to go home, now he's probably cheating and all these other things. So when the man said reform your mind, I agree with that, because it's a mind thing. Change doesn't just come while you sitting down and just like complaining. Like as the gentleman that just spoke, we all been hurt. It's not. I mean, I know the topic tonight is about men, but women have been hurt. Men have been hurt. We all been hurt as a nation. Um,
Mm.
and I feel as though that, are we going to stay in the hurt and blame others, or are we going to make a change about it? Are
Mm.
we going to keep on complaining about the neighborhood? Or are we going to get up and help? Are we going to keep saying somebody cheated on me 10 years ago? Or like you said, Jay, are you going to truly believe that God got somebody else for you? You can stay stuck and complain. That's easy to throw the towel in, but it's hard to pick that towel back up and say, yo, I'm gonna fight again. And I feel like for a man to lead the family, you got to be a fighter. And I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about in the mind. You got to fight for your woman, you got to fight for your kids. And a lot of men don't understand that. They don't even know how to fight for themselves. So I do
Mm.
think it's a mind thing, because
So,
I just want
oh,
to get this out real quickly. I hear a lot of men say, well, my dad wasn't around and I this around. And sometimes I feel like the woman is underlooked. A lot of us women, mothers wasn't around. A lot of us wasn't taught how to be wives or mothers, but we still put that suit on and still do it
Mm.
because we want to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
We gonna die trying if need be. Whereas though the man is just like, well, nobody never taught me, so I'm out, or I'm gonna complain, or I'm just gonna just put all the work on my woman. And I feel like it's a mind thing.
so
Damaging.
sister, and those are some excellent points that you just pointed out. Like that was amazing. So, um, my question is this: have you had this experience yourself? Are you speaking from experience, or are you speaking just in general?
I'm speaking for both. I'm speaking for experience and I'm speaking in general, because I was tapping in and out, and as Jay said, I guess another woman in here was saying that she wants a man to protect, and he was explaining how why the bad boys win and I guess the nice guys don't. It's for me as a woman, it's not a bad boy or a nice guy thing. It's about, we want to be protected, like period. Like if there's no dad in the house, sorry to say, now of course we looking for our husband to protect us, but then you don't want to protect us neither. And it's like, so when a guy is maybe doing wrong, uh it might be damaging to her, but into her, she sees a protector. Like, okay, well, if I was in a, if something was to happen, he's gonna push me out the way and protect me. So, and the man sees, oh, she just want a bad boy, or she don't know. It's not that she wants a bad boy. She wants somebody to protect her. She wants somebody to put her under her wing. But this is the thing: when men don't put you under your wing, now it's like I hear a lot of people say about women cursing people out and have an attitude. Yes, yes, yes. This is very true. But why do they have an attitude? Is what we need to be seeking. Not just, oh, she just got an attitude problem. It's coming from somewhere. Nothing comes from nowhere. I know a lot of times my attitude was because of the simple fact that it's like a man asks for so much but gives so little.
Mm.
And then it's like
So,
I have to go ahead.
I just want to interject. So when it comes to this, and that's, like I said, that's some great points that you're putting out. However, when it comes to, how you feel, or how, I'm saying, you're interacting with other people, just like you were talking about attitudes, so on and so forth. Like, we shouldn't allow the other person to operate or to affect that. Like, if the man is dealing with what he's dealing with, if the man is, simping, or if he's just not where you want him to be, as I feel like as the opposite sex, we need to make sure we if we're in a relationship, we pray for that person, or we deal differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to do our own thing. Like, a woman should be a woman. A woman shouldn't run into, or be overly aggressive because the man is acting this way, or this whatever is causing, the man to act whatever way. A woman shouldn't go and act overly aggressive or upset or so on and so forth. Like, we need to understand, like, a woman, her persona is so important to a man that you guys really don't understand. Like, a woman, just her silence speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? A woman can walk into the room and control the whole room. You know what I'm saying? Like, women have unspoken power that they can deal with. You understand? It's more or less not what you guys say, it's how you guys act. You know what I'm saying? So if you're dealing with a man that is, he's just not doing what you need him to do, some things or some ways that you guys can just get over is just by being you, just by being, that breath of fresh air that a man might need in order for him to understand and sit back. Like, listen, I feel like I'm going off the deep end right now. Look at my wife, she's sitting here, or look at my girlfriend, she's sitting here doing, she's being just a blessing to me. You understand? And I'm over here doing what I'm doing, and men think that. You understand? Like, if a woman is sitting there and not reciprocating the same energy that she's receiving, and if she's sitting there just being her, being that wisdom that women are wisdom. Women are the backbone to a man. If you be that to the best of your ability, if your man has any sort of brain, any sort of understanding, he's going to look at you like, okay, there's something up with this sister. I'm doing this, and she is just behind me. She's, praying for me. She's taking care of me. She's being the wisdom that I need. I need to check myself. And a real man will check himself and come to you and give you that love and that protection and that understanding that you want.
Can I intercede right there?
Yes, you can.
I agree with you some, and some I don't. And I'm not trying to be smart when I say this, but this is the type of behavior I'm talking about. I'm talking about where I said a man wants a lot but does little. I understand the whole meekness of a woman and stuff like that, but a lot of times if the woman don't stand up the way things are going nowadays, the house will fall. Like, a lot of times when the dad is not right, the mom has to jump in. We don't. I mean, that sounds really good, but at the same token, I will sit completely down if you stand completely up. But if
I get that. You are 100% correct on that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're dealing with a man who just does not give a freak, I get that. You understand? But let's look at the other spectrum. Let's look at, a situation to where you have a man that's trying. You have a man that's trying, but he's not up to par yet to where you would like him to be. Now, do you sit there and stand up for him when the man is trying to stand by himself, or do you be that backbone that he needs so he can be the best that he can be? You know what I'm saying? Because I get what you're saying.
I definitely would be. I definitely am. Excuse me, with my husband, his backbone. But I do think that in order to be the backbone too, you have to. I'm not talking about aggression like trying to overcome the man, but I do think that a woman have a voice as well. Um,
Yes,
I do,
absolutely.
yeah, like you were saying, to be soft and to pray, and that's good too. Yes,
Well,
that's great.
well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. When I say like pray and be meek and things like that, that's fine. That's on the back end. But a woman can speak to her man directly as she wants to speak, as long as she's respecting the man in his authority. You understand? But listen to me. I'm gonna give you a little example. Like me and my wife. You understand? You know, I go to my wife for counsel. you know so when I have to make a decision, I'm like, all right, okay, I'm about to do this. This is what I think I should do. I say, babe, what do you think? And she say, okay, I think you should do this. And I'm like, you know what, that sounds good, that's what I'm gonna do. That should be a relationship. You understand? My wife has a say. My wife has just as much say as I do. However, I'm gonna make the last decision, whether I think it's okay, I think this is better, and I think this is the direction that we should go. And she's gonna be like, okay, I get it, if that's what you want, we gonna deal with that, but I think you should do this. Like, we have conversations like that. And I can tell you, this is where we're at now. But back 6 years ago, as I've been married 6 years now. So I got married when I was 24. So 6 years ago, back in the day, it was a little harder, because like I said, when you have a young man, and you have my woman, my wife is 8 years older than me, so she's almost 40. So you have an older woman and a young man, and I'm just growing up and learning these things. And when we're having these discussions and things, like, sometimes it takes men longer to understand and to grow up. So when it comes to that, it's like some things we need patience with, and it can only come through time when it comes to of a man growing up. You understand? But
Yeah,
when I
I totally understand, and I understand that you also are speaking biblical as well as your perspective, because your wife is a little older and you were younger. But I mean, I guess, like I said, tonight is this. My husband wanted to ask the question after this, but tonight was about the damaged man, so I'm gonna keep it on that. But I wanted to say this. All I'm trying to get through is the same thing that you're saying about patience as a man growing up. It's the same patience that women want. We are dealt a lot of cards at a very early age, and it's like, just deal with it. And then not only do you deal with that, but support him while you are growing. And then, you hear that saying, as women mature faster than men, but some women don't, and some women are growing as well, but we don't get the same equal scale. That's what I said. It's kind of biased, always back on, well, yeah, I was young back then, or I was this. So the woman is still getting the shortest end of the stick. So it's like, your wife had to wait till you evolve, and she's older, but I'm saying, like, let's say that somebody was the same exact age as you when you got married. So a lot of times the world will tell you, oh, he's young, or he's immature. But what if the woman is growing as well? That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of pressure on the woman as well to deal with practically everything. Deal with the children. I gotta stay meek while my husband is doing God knows what. I'm just speaking in general. And my teenage son is running around doing this, and my daughter is doing that. But I must stay humble, and I must stay prayed up.
Well, now it goes both ways. You understand? I'm never saying it's just a man. It goes both ways. But when it comes to, you know, every relationship is different when it comes to that. Like, I feel like you're coming from a aspect to where the man is just buck wild. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from an aspect to where we're both level headed, but yet a man needs to grow in wisdom and understand what his woman needs and understand what a man is. That's where the aspect where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a man that's out there in the world that wants to do whatever he wants to do. That's not a man. That's a boy. I'm not talking about that. But most of our sisters are dealing with men like that, which causes issues, which causes the woman to want to stand up and have to run her scenario. that's what I get from you. You know what I'm saying? If the man is not doing his thing because the man wants to go out there and run the street, or he's just doing whatever, and the woman has to stand up. I get it. But we're on a whole different type of scenario. I'm talking about a man that isn't in the street, a man that just hasn't got it all together yet, a man that's sitting there and he wants to have a family, he wants to understand his wife, and he wants to understand the kids and run his household the way it should be. But yet things might not be going in his favor. He might not got that promotion that he should have got. He might not have 2 cars or a house or everything like that. I'm speaking of that man. You know what I'm saying? That needs that backbone to get him to that next level. He needs that patience of a wife, because we have women who are in that type of scenario, who the man's not running out there cheating, the man's not doing nothing, the man is working his fingers to the bone, and she's still standing up on aggression and giving him a whole bunch of trouble at night, every night. You understand? That's the woman I'm speaking of. We're speaking of 2 different men and women. If we can meet a common, get a common
Oh
ground and
no,
speak of the
I
same.
understand what you're saying now. Even for that, okay, so
Give me one
and
moment, you
just for
guys.
future reference,
Hold
I'm
on.
not talking about.
One moment, Par. All right, the
Okay.
narrative and subject head for all the new people who came in. Thank you. All the people who are going to be watching this on YouTube.
You bodied that, bro?
It is
Look.
subject thread and head is repairing the damaged man. All right. Now you may finish speaking with your speaking part. I'll be right back, guys. This alkaline water getting to me. Have to take a quick break, but you may continue.
Sister, like I said, I understand exactly what you were coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, back when I was young, I'm still young, but back when I was younger, I used to be that boy in the street, you know what I'm saying, that was doing things and didn't take care of his situation and his woman as he should have. You understand? Now my mind is on a totally different thing. So I'm speaking of, I'm speaking of, I'm coming from a standpoint of brothers who are trying to do good, brothers who aren't in the streets, brothers who are trying to take care of their woman to the best of their ability. However, might not get a fair shake from, the situations, their environment around them, and then still have to deal with the type of woman that is, I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say dominant over them, but deals with, their expectations is not to where they would want, and it's causing issues, because this is this.
I get where you're coming from. There are a lot of good men that haven't gotten to where they want to be at in life, and they're trying and they're taking care of their family and so forth. And I have seen them, some women that have beat up on them and wasn't patient, and I understand that. I just feel as though, me personally, now this is personally, I'm not speaking in general right now, I'm speaking of my own self. I am an aggressive woman, but I'm not aggressive to the point where I'm beating up on my man. I'm aggressive to the point where I'm going to make sure things get done. And to me, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't feel like a man should be insecure because his wife is a doer. Like, I
Now,
always been.
now, when you say, when you say aggressive, right? This is my question. Do you usurp your man? Meaning, like, in other words, do you overpower your man in a decision making?
It depends on the situation.
Okay, so does he come to you, like I told you my instance, like if I would, does he come to you and ask like, hey babe, I want to do this, what do you think?
Yeah, it's more so like, well, I'm gonna go do this, like that, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, so I mean, you guys have a common ground in it. You know what I'm saying? So if you know your relationship, right? So as long as it's not like to a point where the man is coming in and he's saying that he wants this to happen and you're stepping in like, no, we're not doing this, we're doing this.
Yeah,
That's usurping your man.
sometimes no, sometimes I do that. But it's for good cause. Like what I'm saying is like, let's say at one point, uh, my husband wasn't really good with money. So
Okay.
if I know that something like things got to be paid and you're overspending, then it's no, you're overspending. This goes for that.
Okay. See, that's different because that's the type of relationship. If you I got a friend whose wife handles all the money. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just better with money. So that just depends on the relationship. You understand? So I get that. That's fine. That's what you guys deal with. You know what I'm saying? In my relationship, I handle the money because I pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? My wife just homeschools, our daughter, and that's really it. So when it comes to different relationships, there's different stances. You know what I'm saying? But let me give you this as just an example or a question, should I say? So if it comes to a point to where there's a major decision, right? Um, there's a major decision in the house. And your man comes to you and he says, "This is what I want to do." It's kind of a vague example, but this is what I want to do. Will you listen to hear exactly what he wants to do? Or are you the type to go ahead and say, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're doing.
I will
Can I
always
say
listen.
something really fast?
Can we
Go
get
ahead.
her can
Go
we
ahead.
get her rebuttal to that and then you can come right in.
Sure.
Go ahead, sister.
Um, I will always listen. I will respect anybody. I wouldn't just be like, no. But if it's outrageous, then no, we're not doing that.
And that's not wrong. I wanted to hear exactly what you said because you women are wisdom. You guys are supposed to come behind us and let us know, like, okay, I think you should do this because so on and so forth. You're like the conscience to us. You guys are the type that when we don't understand where to go or we don't know where to go, you guys come to the side and you whisper in our ear, like, no, you should do this. And if we're smart, we listen. That's how a man is wired. If I don't know what I'm gonna do, I ask my wife, and sometimes she drives me crazy because she says, "No, well, I want to do whatever you want to do." I'm like, "No, nigga, what do you think we should do?" And then she'll break down and tell me we should do this, and I'm like, "Okay, let's do that."
I
So
understand.
it depends on, what I'm saying, like if a man doesn't know, you're supposed to be there to be like, babe, we need to do this. And then he's gonna listen, like, okay, let's do this. So the man thinks that it's his decision, but really it's really the woman's decision. That's why the saying comes that behind a strong man there's always a stronger woman. That's where that saying comes from.
Yeah, I get all of that, but the lady didn't want to speak right after this, but yeah, when I say I'm aggressive, I mean um like I said, I'm a doer naturally. Before I met my husband, I'm just a person that if I put my mind to something, I'm going to get it done. I'm not a procrastinator. I'm a mover. Like, let's go, let's get it, let's get this going.
Ambitious.
Yes,
Outstanding.
very,
Great.
very, very ambitious. So, sometimes people say, "Oh, what do your husband feel?" And this and the third. I'm like, "Oh, we on one accord." And I think that sometimes people just when they see a driven woman like that, it's more so like, "Oh, you're taking the lead." I don't feel that way. That's just my personality, and unless God tell me something different, I don't plan on changing now.
Well, check
Oh,
this. Not to cut you off, because what you're saying is like I said, it's to your particular relationship. As long as your man feels secure and you feel secure and you guys are on one accord, you guys are good. There's no issue. Like I said, I have a great friend who's a dear friend of mine, whose wife really makes the cause. She's the spokesman. You know, she does what she does, and he just chills. That's their relationship. They're chilling. You understand? It depends on relationships. Like if you guys are good and there's no issue in between y'all two, and you guys are on one accord, your kingdom is good at night, you guys are sleeping well together, then that's exactly what you need to go for. That's great. You know, we're like more or less speaking of, the issues between, because every relationship isn't different. It's not just one straight line when it comes to relationships, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and move to the sister that wanted to talk with the accent. Go ahead, sis.
All right. So, um, I was in the last stream last week about repair the damaged female, right?
Yes.
So my whole thing is like the way that me are raised was um to be support for the man. Like if we're out in an area and something happen, there's no way I'm going to disrespect you in public, right? May I wait till we get home and be like, okay, like what we done, like what really happened? Because no matter what, if we're outside and we're together, you're always right. If you get punched in the face, me like, yo, why you fisting it? Like why you fisting his face his way? That's my thing. Like I'm always
Right.
going to be there for you. But then when we get home, like, okay, what happened? I'm not the type. I'm not gonna argue with you. This is the way I was raised. Like I don't have sisters, but this is the way I was raised. So when we get home, I'm like, yo, what happened? Yeah, yeah, I understand, but like you were actually wrong, but in public we're right. You're right.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. um I'm more the type that we are going to have a conversation. Like I'm not gonna run you off to where you go out to another female and she comfort you, and next thing you know, 6 months later, you have like a new family or something. Like you don't have to speak to me. Just know I love you, because we don't go to bed upset or vexed. But you can take the bedroom, I'll take the couch, or me hold the floor. Like those type of things. Those are things that make like to show, because it have to always be that I love you, because words can be very empty. You have to be your, like the way you treat them. Like you have to feel it. But like somebody say you love me, okay? Saying I love you to me is so selfish. When you tell somebody you are loved, you're not taking the you're not taking you're taking the focus away from the other person. You understand? Like why are you breaking up with me? Because I love you. Okay, so my feelings you disregard and me deal with yours. You are loved. I'm going to show you are loved, that way you'll have no doubt. You understand?
Right. Right.
You're not, you'll have no doubt. So that's the thing. Like so when you go, like me I say earlier, me deal with only but baby mama, not chat just about relationships, me chat about like family members that, my daddy do something, I'm some oats. I have like how many I have now? 13, 14, like 15 siblings, right? Three different mothers. So my daddy out there, they were all raised by my mother. Like my mother raised the seven of us. My daddy was in the picture, but I'm still doing thing, and they know together. But she raised seven of us. So some of my brother are like the baby mommy, not the baby mommy, the how you call them, mommy boy thing. Where them feel them always have an excuse for everything and now and do nothing. So
Mhm.
the way I'm trying to repair my brother is to show him that not all females are the ones that you see in videos. Not all females want dudes with baggy pants and have to have a whole heap of money. You can be a freaking bum. Like if you treat me like a queen, we can be bums together. You understand? So that's what I say. Like it have to be a mutual thing. Cause me, I've been hurt a lot, but I'm not gonna take one relationship and blanket it upon all men, cause all of you are not the same. You know. So
Right. Right.
like she say, you have to repair each other. You have to be like, somebody may not be perfect for me, but they can. I mean, be perfect, but they can be perfect for me and what I need. So
But
if
see
you
what you
you can be
said.
a rock. What?
Right. Not to cut you off, sister. So what you said was very very key. You understand when it comes to
Yeah.
you know um things that you're man or your wife, or I'm sorry, your husband or your boyfriend might have done in public or whatever, and then you might see that, okay, he did this wrong, like I'm gonna have to talk to him about it. You wait until he gets home,
Yes.
and then you guys have a conversation like, hey babe, that was kind of off what you did. I didn't, this and that. Why did you do that? And then that's building rapport between you guys. You're just keeping the honor between boyfriend and girlfriend, or husband and wife. I like
No,
to say husband
yeah.
and wife because in reality there is no boyfriend and girlfriend,
Cause
right?
think about it like this: if you have a rule of a kingdom, whether emperor, empress, king or queen, whatever, if you have rulers in a kingdom and you're out there among the common people, the peasants, and the man says it, and the queen like disrespect him in front of them subjects, them all lose respect for him. Or you think we're going to? You think I'm still feel like a king when I'm go up on the throne? Probably not. So why am I going to like? I don't do the whole thing where if we go to a fight, I go to Twitter. That's none of your damn business. My body is no for Twitter or Snapchat or OnlyFans and all. That's for you. If you want me to get one, it's going to be a private one where you can be like out there and look at it and be like, yeah, yeah, that's my. You understand? But none of that. No, no, I'm dead serious. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Like, I don't see why you have a man and you're still in those things looking. Why are you still looking? You have somebody that you do that when before you get somebody, and now you do it when you have somebody. You still do the same thing. So you're showing your man respect. That's what I'm say. It's the same thing. Like you shouldn't have to worry or ask somebody, yo, do you love me? May I know when you come home, this or this or this already. You come home, you have a bad day, yo, me right here. So you understand?
Yes,
I
sir.
just don't
I
know.
get you. I got you. And that's some really good points. Like, what you're bringing forth is some real wisdom. Like I said, like, y'all women don't understand how much wisdom that you guys have that men really need. If men could sit here, if men and women can get on one accord and do the role that they were made to do,
Mhm.
we would be unbreakable.
But think about they don't want to do it. They want to sit and be like when somebody comes to me and be like, yo, I don't need a man, blah blah. Say, yo, then something wrong with you because I need a man. I come from one, I need one. The only way I can procreate and extend or continue my lineage is to have one. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean you don't need one? You may not want one, but you damn sure need one. I can tell you that.
So I just wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
So you said you're saying that you don't like to argue with your mate in front of anybody because it's like an empire. Y'all the king, he's the queen. You the queen, he's the king, and we discussed this behind closed doors. Okay, excellent. But the part I was lost at when you said I won't give him like you don't want him running to, you want him to feel love so he won't have to run to another woman for that comfort.
No, no.
Um,
When we argue, like if you know how you say when you argue, that's what I'm saying. I not argue with people. Like I not do only profanity, curse and shouting. Like me too mellow for that, and it's foolish. It takes up my time. I don't see any point to it because you get nowhere. So we can both be upset, and you can speak to anybody I speak to. I don't raise my voice. Not one to argue. You understand? So we can get into a disagreement. That's what I call it, a disagreement. And you upset. I will never, I don't care who I'm dealing with, family, friends, whatever ship I'm in, relationship, situationship, family ship, no matter what. May not go anywhere. I leave you where we're upset. You can still be mad at me, but I'm going to like in them like yo, we disagreement, but understand that you still loved. You understand? You're loved by Jah, you're loved by me, you're still loved. You can stay mad, but you're not gonna pass away in your sleep and me have the guilt for me that oh we go to bed hungry or whatever. So that may I say, and I'm also not gonna be like you argue so much that you feel like you can't sit in the house. Be like, no, we don't get along. That's fine. You're mad. You need time away. Cause I know some females, like I have some friends that just keep going and going and run the man out the house, and then I'm go seek comfort in some trick up the road. So no, you're going to stay in the house. Like we're disagreeing, but fine. You go where you need to go. Where do you want to rest your head tonight? Or you want the bedroom? Fine. Mold the floor in here. But yeah, you're not getting out the door. You're not.
I
I'm not
think
gonna
that
have
was
you in a position where you can get out. What?
Oh no, I was saying I think that's really maturity when you said that you won't argue with nobody, so you want everybody to know we're still love, we just having a disagreement. I agree with that totally, like whether it's your family, your man or whoever. But I don't agree with the part when you said that females keep going and going and going. And I'm not saying this to justify, but you're saying keep going and going and going, and then the man run out to the chick down the street. I'm just trying to bring this is my whole topic. I'm just trying to bring awareness to this point. Somewhere along the line, the world thinks that when a woman is bad to a man or whatever case may be, he has justification of running around on her or she pushed him out the door. I come against that because that is not biblical for one, and for two, cheating is it's a it's not, nobody can make you cheat. Like nobody can make you cheat. It is a selfish thing. It is a sin. It is and it's also a immaturity, because you can get mad, run out the door and go to your boy's house. You don't have to go in the comfort of another woman. And if you are the type of man that you have to go under a woman to feel like a man, then you need to get help for yourself, because you should be a man regardless. Like a lot of men say that, well, she pushed me to this, or every time I come home she's arguing. Then if that's your wife and you don't feel like y'all separate, if that's your girl, then leave her. But to say that I'm gonna go cheat or run down the street with the next woman because your girl is acting out, to me, I don't agree with that. Is nowhere, and I'm just speaking because I'm Christian. There's nowhere in the Bible, like when God says that to commit adultery is a sin. He said that for a reason. He didn't say, well, unless your woman is arguing with you every night, you can go ahead and do it. It's a sin regardless. And God would never contrast us. I mean, like he would never tell us not to do something we wasn't capable of doing. So if you are, if for instance, what I'm saying is, if my husband is making me so mad, and he,
Hello, are
that
you there?
still doesn't justify me to go and run around on him. That I need to figure out our issues or my issue.
You're cutting out, yo. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be the app. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See the app. Okay, I shouldn't be worrying about.
Hmm. All right. Par, are you still cutting out? There we go. All right. Will you be seeing?
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I keep doing that. I said the part I don't understand with people is that people tend, when they're going through things, to run to the next person, which bring in baggage, and then they try to justify it with somebody made them do this. This is not true. You are making yourself do this. Nobody told you to go to the woman down the street, the man down the street. If you are having home issues, then figure out home or figure out
Hmm.
yourself. This is why the world thinks that it's okay to do these things, and then when people say, well, well, she was acting out, and he felt comfort on the woman down the street, that still doesn't justify what this man is doing. It's something called separation. It's something called, I don't want to be with you no more because you're not the woman for me. You can't have your cake and eat it too. My husband makes me mad a lot of times, and I guarantee you that I make him mad a lot of times, but we have a commitment with God. It still doesn't justify the fact, like, oh, well, I'm not getting my way, so you know what, this other man, because we all slack somewhere, whether I'm arguing with you, whether I'm just pointing out stuff, whether it's bedroom problems, whether it's money issues, we all slack somewhere. None of us is perfect, and all of us can go find that in another person. But where's the commitment at? So I just wanted to touch on that. I agree everything you said. I think that's very mature of you to not argue in public and everything like that. But just didn't agree with the part when you said a couple women, like, they arguing from like head to toe with their man, and then the man is down the street with the next woman. Okay, no, I'm not saying that that woman is right to be arguing with him head to toe, but he is not right to be running down the street neither. And nobody can make you cheat or uh make you cheat or go into that's something that you want to do. That is something that's in your mind. Nobody can force you. That's why I don't chase my man. I don't look through his phone. I don't do none of those things because I'm secure in who I am, secure in this relationship, and whatever he do, that's he has to answer to with God. I cannot make him do anything. He cannot make me do anything. And that's why when women like hide behind the bush and, oh, where my man at, all this is a whole bunch of nonsense. And it's like you can't stop a person from cheating and you can't force a person to cheat. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people talk about this in the world and it's not the word. It's not, if anybody here is a believer, it is not the word of God. That's why God said it is a sin. It's a sinful thing. It's a selfish thing, and it's a very immature thing.
So
I just
I'm
wanted to put that
listening
out there.
to what you said as far as here's the thing. I understand what you're saying as far as that's still his choice to go out. It's also your choice the way that you approach stuff, the way that you deal with stuff. Like if you're dealing with somebody that you're like you understands all you are, you understand. Because I personally, and I don't claim a religion. I just follow where I'm led. Okay, so I don't claim any type of religion. I don't claim any denomination or anything. If I'm with somebody, and I've told Jay this, so it's not like me just saying it. No, I've spoken to Jay a lot about this. If I have somebody that wants to deal with somebody else, I have no problem with that. My thing is that there's certain things that I would prefer isn't done with her because that's reserved for me. You understand? I don't have a problem with that. And it could be whatever the things I've gone through in my life, the things that, I deal with my daddy, whatever, but I don't have a problem. So if we are arguing and you're in the house and we have like a disagreement or whatever, I'm not gonna keep going to where you feel like you can't get peace. That's the problem. I've had men that I've dealt with that they've constantly just kept going, even when I've gone silent, and they just keep going to where it feels like, yo, I'm not gonna get any peace in this house. I have to go. That's what I'm talking about. Even disagreeing, even what you said, I understand. He still has a thing. He can go out and be with his boys, but you can't. If he's not that way, he can't sleep with his boys, right? He can't sleep with. So he's going to find comfort in like, yo, me want get my pizzle wet, so we can't do it. Let me go get a girl
Okay.
from up the street. You understand?
Mm.
I understand, but me and you have two different insights on life. So you said you
Yeah.
don't claim a religion, so it's gonna be, a back and forth thing. So I'm gonna stop right there. But it's that's to all right. So take it off religion.
Mhm.
Even the fact of just it's an immature thing. Period. For you to be arguing with anyone and then trying to run and get comfort from the next
I
person.
agree.
That's what I'm saying. It's an immature thing altogether. And then you said even if he get some or get his what's wet. The point is that's the problem here. People think that sex is just a casual thing when it's not. It's it's been since the beginning of time starting so much problems. You're bringing problems to the next person. You're bringing more problems to yourself. And it's like, well, I did it because you did this, and I just had to, I had to go get me some this that third. This is not traits of love. This
Mm.
is not traits of love. So when you said that you want him to feel love, if a person do that to you, that's not. I don't want to say they don't love you, but I'm gonna say those are not actions of love.
Understandable.
Just yeah, like you said, your action is you one of your actions is I'm not gonna argue with you because I want you to know I love you. So that action should be I'm not gonna sleep around with you because I want you to know. that I love you, regardless of what we go through. That's why I said a commitment. It's a commitment thing.
Mhm.
Regardless of what we go through, you are the one I want to be with. But you said you don't have a problem with them being with somebody else. Me, I do. So that's why I said we have two different insights on life. But I would just so my question to you: if you don't have a problem with them being with somebody else, why did you say you don't want them to run down the street to find comfort for something?
I also said there's there's things that have to be in place as well. Like honestly, if we're together and you go out there and you cheat on me, I'ma find out from say like somebody up the street or whatever. If I found out, that would have a problem. If you have a moment where you go out there, you do your thing, and you come back and you tell me, be like, give me basically it's like give me the choice to whether to forgive you or not.
Mm.
That's
Now
the
one
way I am.
now one thing, y'all, before y'all continue, for all of you that are watching out there, that are viewing, and those of whom will be seeing this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., the subject matter head and thread is repairing the damaged man. Now, before we allow the two to continue speaking, are there any others that like to come and speak as well? We'll have the Discord in the chats if you all like to come and speak, as well as state your utterance in the chat as well. I'm a personally put an insert in this, give my own. Thank you so much, Enrica. That's what's up. Give my own thought and process on the whole thing. I look at it like this. As a man, I believe, yes, there are some cases where men can have multiple wives. However, there's a respect that's there. There's an understanding that's there. And the woman has to have that same belief system. If she doesn't have that same belief system, then people try to go biblical with it. You have to not go towards evil. Stay away from appearances of evil. If there's evil there, and if it even seems like it's a sinful matter, then the two cannot walk together because they do not agree. Therefore, it would make it a sin. That's one thing. Now, if she believes in polygamy and she's okay with that, then that's her case. Then you may do so, right? Now, that's one case in point that I have in my own opinion. Another thing is this. I believe a bishop, or let's say a minister or an elder, he cannot have more than one wife due to the Bible says that. I am not a pastor. I am in ministry. So I believe personally, and to keep it on a linear plane, me personally in rhetoric and as well as realistically speaking and saying, right? Without religion, without spiritualism or spiritism, I'm going to say this. I personally believe in a moral ethic code. When I was married to a previous wife, she didn't lay with me for almost 2 years, and her statement was as such. Listen, I know I'm not laying with you, but I can't see myself laying with you because you are this, that, and the third, and don't do this, that, and the third. Now, with that being said, I didn't take it upon myself. Since she won't give me none of this lovely yam, I'm going to go out and get it somewhere else. I didn't do that.
What's the yam?
Yam is them yams. Them yams.
Say pum pum, y'all.
Listen, I'm saying yams. African American in America. You might got that Jamaican pum pum. Yeah, listen. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this. She didn't give me none of that special delivery. Okay. I didn't get no delivery, so therefore I didn't go out and get it anywhere else. I stood my ground, and I felt like, you know what? Then I'm gonna have to suffer, and I'm still going to try to work on the poom poom. Then I'm gonna try to earn the poom poom, if that's what we want to call it. I wanted to earn the poom poom, and I got pom pom instead. Nothing. You understand? So at the end of the day, I still didn't go out there and say, since she won't give me some, I'm gonna go holler at this girl up the street. Now, if you were already married and you were able to and have that understanding, you're able to intermarry and marry more women, and the women are okay with that because they have to be okay with that. Can everyone agree? If she's not okay with that, then hey, listen, why do it? Why set her up to hurt her, to harm her? She's supposed to be treated like a delicate flower. So me personally, I didn't go out there and sleep around. I just took my L. Now, I did things that I shouldn't have done. I resorted to adult femme and things like that. And I believe that is also a form of adultery or cheating in some form of way.
Okay.
My ability. So, all right, we're gonna end it
move
there.
on from that. Thank you.
So, I personally went on and continued to try. Right? It may have failed in the end, but I didn't use that as a bias and excuse to go off and deal with other people. I think that that's a coward way out. It's a cop out, and you made a promise to not only that woman but to other people that this is the person you're going to be with and that's who you're going to deal with, right? And I don't think that you have the right or the bias to go give her body to somebody else because your body is hers. Simple as that. That's my opinion. Now the line is open. The Discord is open for all of whom wish to join. Okay, if you wish to talk. Yeah, I know. Romelo, I'm funny. You know what I mean? What was the this, that, and the third? Other ways of handling things is the this, that, and the third. Things that shouldn't be done. All right, so I'm going to silence myself. All right, take care, Enrica. I enjoy you coming. Much love to you. Thank you for sharing your time and space with us here on the podcast. And yes, you all may speak. Now, who was next to speak again? Taijiri, you were speaking?
No, I'm actually done.
Okay.
Like, I have no problem seeing other people's point of view or their understanding the side of things. I have
Yes.
no problem with that. I just, like I say, I'm just different. Like,
Yes.
I'm only support. Like, I would be support until maybe like you get ill or you're not feeling it, and then I have to step up. But like, I'm never gonna be above you.
Listen, sister, you are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same spirit, because that's a blessing to have, for a man to have a support in his background like that. That is great. So keep that up.
Yeah, no problem. It was nice conversating with you, par, and meeting your stuff.
Oh,
We
I
can't
can't
hear
if
you.
you're speaking. I think she tried to fix it.
Yeah. Per, what were you saying? Per.
can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
All right. I was saying, nice speaking to you all as well. I was just wanting to ask her, when you were saying that, I couldn't hear all the way when you said that you don't mind. Are you saying that your man could be with another woman, like more than one wife?
Um, that's exactly what I'm saying. So, say there's some things that I don't like to do that he may enjoy doing. If we agree and he finds some, like, my thing, to me, the most intimate thing is kissing. So if you have a female that you want to be with, I'm fine with that. Just please don't kiss her. That's more intimate. And when people ask me, "Oh, is that true?" I said, because if you go and pay for a prostitute, do you kiss a prostitute? No. Okay. Because kissing is more intimate. You save that for something and someone you really care for. So that's why I'm
Hey,
like,
look, I said,
I
hold on. I don't know if that's, because I'm like, I don't know if that's thorough.
oh, I thought he was speaking to me. So so then that's why I'm like, if we agree to it, I don't mind. But it has to be somebody that we I've said, like, listen, because there's times when I'm just like really not in the mood for anything because I'm feeling some type of way, something happen, me lose somebody, like pass away or something, where me just don't feel like being touched and nothing can be. But me understand that you have needs. You understand? So yeah, do that. But it's somebody we've already agreed upon. Me have no problem being in the bedroom and not touch her. But you
Okay.
understand stuff like that. So that's where I'm
So
at mentally. I'm fine with that. Just tell me. Make sure I know
so
about
I
him.
have a question on that. Um, okay. So you, according to what you're saying, you're fine with, as long as it's approved by, you and your, say if if you had a boyfriend or whatever, if you guys agree to the terms or whatever, you're fine with your man having another significant other, or is it just having him relieving himself from whatever needs he may have?
No, she can be a significant other. She can move in with us. Like we can both have family. Like I'm fine with that. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm fine with that stuff, long as we agree to it. That's what I'm saying. Like if I have somebody and I'm run out and cheat for me, and then me find out of somebody else instead of him being out there like yo, because everybody use the drunk excuse. Like if him go out and them cheat, you understand? And he's like, he come back, he's like, listen, I was feeling weak, this and that, me cheat. That's giving me the choice to decide whether I want to risk my life from what you may have caught from her, what she caught from him, and all these things. When that happens, it would be like, okay, you don't touch me till you get tested, and we wait that full time to make sure you're still clean. But give me that choice. When I say that, me definitely take you back, but you're giving me the choice. You're more likely to get me because you came to me and told me you were weak, and you understand? That's me being supportive. If you go out and do it and I not hear nothing, and then somebody come and tell me, yo, my son, your man do this and that, and I find out it's true, I lose all trust for you. You understand? I know they say that's still breaking trust when you go out and do it anyway, but I trust you more because you came and confessed it. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain.
No, I get it. I understand. And you know, um, I just feel like that's like I never, like, you are the first woman that I've heard, express that point of view, and it's like I'm kind of lost right now.
Mind blown. But she's not from
Like,
America either.
wow,
She's also from
I've
Jamaica.
never heard that ever in my life.
She's from Jamaica though.
Wow.
So they have a different way of life. Like,
yeah, I mean, you don't really hear, women,
that's
saying that, from that standpoint. And I could, like I said, I could go deeper into it as far as my own personal, personal experiences, but I'm not, just for the honor of my own type of, marriage that I have going on. But, like I said, that is really, that's really groundbreaking.
sounds biblical to me. It sounds biblical
that's
as
really
crap.
groundbreaking. It's amazing.
Well, I'm going to appreciate the words and the understanding. Par, you have anything else you need to ask next my show, like about RJ?
Me personally, I'll say this. Because I see folks shooting their shot at you over here in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Monster.
Yeah.
Tell Monster to stop. He need to, that brother. Tell that brother to go. That brother to stop.
Shalom, Shalom. Judah Monster too much. He like, yo, bro, listen, cuz. No,
Tell
bro.
that brother to stop.
I need 3 Taijiri. Come on, come on, bro.
But think about it like this, though. Just as he's doing that in there, think about this. If he was anybody else, like you guys laughing about that would make him probably feel some type of way. That's what I say about why people can't express themselves and not be called a simpleton or somebody that just want to be in the DMs and stuff. Like, oh, why is that wrong?
Oh no, I didn't say he was wrong. I didn't say he was wrong.
No, I'm not speaking you. I'm saying in general. Like when
Okay.
we say about repair and damagement,
Right.
that's one thing. Like, why can't you go in and say, yo, I'm attracted to you, I'm feel this, I'm feel that, right? And then not have like, oh, you're this and you're that and you're that. Like, why? You should be able to express yourself and feel how you feel about whoever you feel about. You understand? That's the problem that
I feel like
I can't handle that many. I have 7 in my head already. I don't need any more. Like,
I feel like as long as it's righteous, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's dealing with, righteousness, it's not going into a whole bunch of, orgies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's righteous between, a man and a wife, then it's fine. If it starts going off into, a man is going into all his desires because he wants this woman and that woman, this woman, that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
marriage bed is sacred, though. So once
right,
you're
like
married,
if
then you can do whatever.
yeah, if it's between a man and a wife, and the wife is like, okay, I don't feel like dealing with this. Here, let's go get this sister, and you can deal with her, and you guys are like, like I said, you said that you stated that she could move in and things of that nature. If things are agreed upon on that, then okay. But if it's a man, just saying that he wants to, he wants to take advantage of the woman and say, okay, cool, you don't want to deal with this, so I'm gonna deal with her, and then I'm gonna go get her, and then I'm gonna get her over there. I feel like that's going off. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a cap to it. Like, you can't have a man can't sit here and just have as many women as he would like to.
Wow.
Because I feel like it gets into lust and it gets into all these certain things that men have that is just going to feed the wrong side of a man. But if, according to what you're saying, like if it comes to a point, like I feel like this. All right, this is the last thing I'm saying, man. Like, if a man like is in a scenario to where, what? Okay.
No, we can hear you talking.
If a man is having a scenario to where he's like, okay, he's with a woman, and let's say she's barren and he cannot have a kid, and if the woman is like, just like biblical times, if the woman is like, okay, you can't have a kid and I can't have, I'm barren, so let's go get this girl and you can deal with that. I feel like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You have to continue your lineage. That's the whole point.
Wow.
Fruitful and prosper.
Wow.
You have to. That's why I'm like, my family.
She got some understanding.
Yo, Jay, you got one here, Jay.
I know. I hear it a lot. I hear it often.
That's why my mother and like nobody ever was rude to each other about, like, because like I said, we have my siblings with there's 3 different mothers from my daddy, right? And we are siblings, we all get along. Nobody have any animosity towards anybody else. Because it's like, yo, that's what you do. Like, that's what you do. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, maybe because of like the way my daddy was, and the way the way my family, like my whole family like that. Maybe that's why I'm like, yo, as long as you tell me, like, it's okay, like, just give me the choice. Me can be the support, and me can be a second. Me come from your roots, so you basically are the head of everything. Just give me the choice. Like, just don't leave me surprised with you pull up with like a baby mommy, or me go to the clinic or sitting in my arm sitting. Like, just give me the right to say yes or no if I want to deal, if you feel like doing that. Especially if me tell you that it's okay. And me sit there and tell you like, yo, I don't mind if you're with somebody else, and you still go out and cheat and don't tell me. Me like, yo, then how come I trust you?
We need a couple of more Americans that you could be a godmom and go copy you a couple of these Americans and create a school for girls.
No, I can't deal with USians, man. I'm like, give them a right and cross the face already because they're so disrespectful.
Yes, Per, you may speak.
Oh, I just want y'all to know I just got back in because something was wrong with my phone. That's all.
Okay.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? To hear that. That sound like some. I mean, like I said, that sound like Israel. That's the understanding.
Like, that's biblical.
Yes.
The understanding of biblical lineage, of progressing the lineage of a family, of building a nation. That's what that is. You understand? Western type, Western type people do not have that understanding. That right there was passed down to her. You know? It's crazy.
It is.
It's different because like everyone here is the Yardi in me, but I must say my mother is Egyptian and Jamaican. My daddy is Senegalese, a Jamaican. So it's all of it. Africa, the man is the head of the household, and then like it's just different, probably different, a mix of the different cultures that come to make
right.
The way me I brought up. Like, we still have problems in the family, we still have problems, but we work through them. You understand?
Now I get you. I understand.
I love. Does anybody else have anything to add in and say? I see Judah Monster in here. Make sure you're not all right.
Be snitching people out, yo. Stop it, 6ix9ine. I try to just sneak in and just listen without having to make a comment.
Oh, I didn't know if he wanted to speak. Miguel them. You know what I'm saying? Miguel them sugar.
All right.
All right. I'll stop it. So anyway, for all of you who have just joined into the channel, as spoken prior head, subject thread, repairing the damaged man. We can take in all people who like to speak. If you like to, how you doing, Gloria Seeley? I see you, cousin. I love you. Good evening to you as well. I see you out there showing some love. Joy, I see you out there showing some love. Thank you, cousins. Hey, y'all can hop in the channel as well and state your piece, because we all must hear something. By you're not allowed out of your tower.
Helping and repairing the damaged man. I think I don't know if somebody stated it before, but I just really do think that the men need to be prayed up more.
The men, you said?
Yeah,
so this is a religious, so this is a spiritual perspective. So out of all the four that has been speaking, we're all speaking from like a spiritual perspective. Is that, yeah, so that's what it seems like. Legit, I got you. Thank you so much. And I wasn't trying to call anybody out. I was just saying if anybody chose to speak, I was letting them know that we seen them in there. You know what I mean? So my apologies if I did. Clown and Tom and the Dragon, let me know when. You funny. But at the end of the day, I personally believe that, man, awesome chat tonight. Now, with that being said, Tajiri, as you can see, you're only single because you want to be. The chat is loving some Tajiri. So, you know, I would speak my little patois, but she might crack jokes on me because I got the Americanized patois that I know in an African style. I don't know the Jamaican good stuff.
Stop it.
See, there you go. See, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I can speak that Japanese on y'all, that Korean, or that Tagalog. You know what I'm saying? I know that very well.
All in all, like, I feel like the you know, this is really informative as far as understanding, you know, the woman perspective of the damaged man, and you know, getting to know or getting to understand, you know, a few other perspectives. I think we only had one other, you know, man hop in here besides me and you.
Right.
You know, and you know, Kara hopped in as well. But I think it was very informative. You know, we can understand exactly what's going on. But I think next week we need to get into some deep, you know, conspiracy type things. You know, more my alley. You dig? Get into some stuff that's going on in this world right now. You understand?
I mean, what would you like to talk about? Them making ears off of pig backs? I mean, what are we talking about?
Listen, there's so much going on right now. I just wait and listen. We just seen a whole bunch of things that's going on with these vaccines, bro. And I don't know if you're gonna get banned for this. So we're gonna have to check the guidelines. But listen, there's so much going on right now.
Hey, Kels, be careful, because I got a copyright strike the last time I spoke about pharmaceuticals and herbs.
That's what I'm saying. But, there's so much going on. Like, we can go deep into what's really going on in this
thank
world
you, Gloria.
right now.
Now the case is this. Somebody on asked the question. A viewer said, "Who's that speaking?" Could you state who you are, a little bit about yourself?
Is he referring to me or what?
Yes, he's referring to you.
Is female or male?
This person is a male asking who is that speaking.
My name is Kelly Michael. You understand? You know, I you know, we co-producer to this show.
Yep.
You know, me and Jay go way back. We've done so much things together as far as music, as far as working together. We ran 2 multi-million-dollar businesses together. And you know, we're just great friends. We go to the same church, and you know, we really have the same mindset when it comes to bringing some truth into the world right now and understanding what's going on with men and women in these last days. So, like I said, it's a lot of things going on, and we would like to go really, really deep into it. We may have to get another platform in order to talk how we would like to talk, but tune into next week. I'm telling you, we're going to have something very, very informative that's going to drop. It's going to be powerful. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Now, Per, have you any last regards before we end tonight's show, as well as Tajiri? Any other folk out there who wish to speak something? I saw some great comments in the comment section. If you all wish to voice the rest of your thoughts, please divulge it to us. We would love to hear it.
Yes,
Okay, you guys are bringing in millions. Sheesh, you must be great leaders. All right, man.
Okay,
I hear you.
We didn't bring, hold on, let me correct that. We didn't bring in millions. We brought it, matter of fact, we brought in millions for the owners. We ran 2 multi-million-dollar companies. So we didn't get paid that, of course, because we did not own the business. However, we ran 2 multi-million-dollar companies for about 2-3 years. So, yes.
That's good. Hello?
Per is also a dispatcher. We probably should have hired her. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm through with all that dispatching stuff, but anyway, what was I about to say? Oh, so I think that the conversation went different angles, which is always good because everybody has their own perspective about life, and also, we got to stay transparent, but it's hard for me with these type of topics, honestly, because I'm always coming off of more spiritual and biblical, and I have to keep in mind that everybody is not going off the Bible or spiritual. But to wrap up my statement, I just feel as though that we are. I just feel like I heard that the last week was about the damaged woman, and I just feel bad because we are all damaged in some way and basically hurting each other. And I feel like, because I'm a strong Christian woman, that we just have to go to the Father with these issues, because we can all say like how the order of operation things should be in, but if none of us notice, it's been out of order for a long time. So I believe it will only take God to put things back, to help us put things back in order.
Exactly.
So we can be more loving in our families, so our families can come together, father, mother, and children, as God intended to be. Because when you're so damaged, like some women out here been molested and raped and abused by men, so it's hard for them to grasp the role of a man. And some men have been beat in other ways with women, so it's hard for them to be soft to the woman.
And not to cut you off, sister. But what you brought forth was very poignant, because that's true. You're right. But see, it wasn't that type of broadcast to where we can actually go into the steps of how to actually repair that damaged man or that damaged woman, because we know we have a wide demographic of people. Everyone might not believe, or actually we know that everyone does not believe the same exact thing that Jeremiah and myself actually believe. But when it comes to understanding how to be whole, it all starts with the Bible. And like I said, we can have a broadcast to where we go into the scriptures, if you guys would like, and dig it out 100%, And this is what my marriage is built on. So we understand ourselves when it comes to, the role of a man and the role of a woman. The problem with society now is that the roles are blurred. You understand? So we don't have that type of we didn't have that type of broadcast yet, because we have a wide demographic of listeners, people who may not feel the same exact way. But we could dig into how to correct it if you guys would like, if the listeners would like. We can dig in how to correct it. And it won't be a lesson or anything like that. We're just going to bring out a few points of how the scriptures say, or how we should really react. And it will actually create a new type of production when it comes to exactly what we're putting forth when it comes to, family and relationships and things like that. But this wasn't that type of, broadcast or anything like that. But if we want to get into that, we definitely can.
No, I understand. That's why I said that I have to catch myself, because I'm Christian. Whatever, any topic is always going to converge back to God with me. I'm always going to go off of biblical or what's, because that's my belief. That's my full belief. Like, it's always going to go back to that, because that's how I go about life is with God. So that's why when the other woman was talking, I had to catch myself, and that's why I said, "Oh, we have two different insights about life." So I was just wanting to clear that up, to say that I didn't want anybody to think I was coming against, but like, everybody has their own belief. So that's what I was going to point that out.
That's no problem. We totally get that. But like I said, if Jay, you got the chat open. If you can ask the viewers exactly what they would like to talk about, like if we want to dig into that, we really could, and understand each other on a different level, and get to go to that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are different roles when it comes to women and men, and that's what's blurred between the lines right now. You understand? The women and the men. So we don't understand each role in a relationship. Me and my wife, we are completely on the same page as far as women and men. And like I gave the example before, and that's how we be. So
now I need to set the stage. Kels, I don't have to set the stage, but if you can set the stage for the viewer, because we do have some viewers who's trying to understand, is this a religious platform, things like that. And I've stated that all are welcome to state their views.
This right here is not a religious platform per se. However, we are grounded in everything. When I say grounded in everything, I mean we deal with religion, we deal with conspiracy, we deal with the government, we deal with vaccines, we deal with everything that you can put your mind to or put your finger on. We understand everything. You understand? So whatever you guys want to bring forth, as far as the viewers, as far as, in the comment section or anything like that, you guys can bring that forth and we can talk about it. This is an open platform. We would like to talk about it. But when it comes to bringing forth subjects like the damaged woman or the damaged man, the best way that we can answer it is biblically, because this is what our foundation is built on. Everything else has not worked, as far as what's being pushed to us by the general media. Everything has not worked. We have broken homes. We have people who's just doing going out having solicited sex everywhere and all sorts of things. We have men that's just going out there doing whatever and not taking care of their homes, and our women are left shattered and overrun. You understand? So when it comes to breaking and repairing the damaged man, we have to find some sort of common ground that can build the man up in order that he can be strong to take care of the woman. So when it comes to that, like I said, it's not a religious platform. However, we can get there. It's not a conspiracy conspiracy platform. However, we can get there. We are a jack of all trades when it comes to that. So
yes, indeed.
whatever you guys want to talk about next week, if you guys can place it in the comment box, let Jay know, and we will come back and discuss it.
Sorry.
And we can
You're
have
fine.
a very powerful thing next week. Like I said, I just came into some information that's really groundbreaking when it comes to these so-called, vaccines that's out there, the well-being of humanity as it is. They just the Pentagon had just released the actual information of so-called UFOs out there. Like, there's so much we can talk about right now. Like,
yes, sir.
This is just not just religious,
right?
But it all ties in back to religion,
right? Because the people that's doing it are religious. The people that's doing these things are religious. Now, LG, you have something to state? Now, Kels, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yes, sir.
No, you good. Yeah, man. I ain't heard from y'all in a minute. I just here for a minute. I saw what y'all were talking about. Honestly, I think when it comes down to damage, somebody being damaged, you have to look at why or what happened, the cause of said damage, and what contributed to it, and a lot of it is because of, can be for whatever reason. Some people are damaged because of some traumatic experience, some past thing that's happened in their life, and not necessarily, it causes them to not necessarily be broken per se, or even just to give them a different perspective in life. And we got to also understand, like, sometimes when we do go through different things, or we do get that different perspective, or we do understand what's going on, we have to be able to want to get repaired, or be understanding where other people are coming from. One thing I understand that, if men, I always tell this to people that, like, they always use that argument that men are supposed to be leaders. A lot of people tend to think that, they only think men is one way. And, everybody's different in every sense of the word. We're all made different. And it's crazy how, even with that being said, that a lot of us, we're still expected to perform one way. We're expected to, as men, to lead and protect and provide for our families or women, but then we often ignore the fact that a lot of these women are also capable of making choices, and a lot of women are making bad choices, and the choices are bad both ways. But what I'm saying, a lot of choices that are being made, a lot of it's like, well, men are, it's always, I've always noticed it's always the men's fault. It's always, well, men got to be better. Men's got to step up. Men's got to do this. Men got to do this. Men got to, be better providers, be better leaders, and all of that stuff. But meanwhile, from what I've seen, a lot of the women are being taught that women are to, women can be independent. You don't need no man. You don't need nobody telling you what to do. Blah, 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 whoop, woo. And that's a fundamental problem. And that's just not. And honestly, to be honest, like, even in churches, it's still a whole lot of, a lot of double standards that's happening, from my personal experience in church. And I've seen it. And the fact that a lot of people still want, they want the men to provide and protect. But I'm like, but then, us as men, we have to ask the question, is the woman that we're trying to provide and protect for worth it, worth that effort? And that's a tough question to ask, and often that kind of gets met with vitriol, especially when you ask a woman that, because it's like, because it's, how dare you, how dare you ask me that question, what I'm saying, when you should know the answer. I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking. Because it's a different step versus like me being a friend to you, versus me, protecting and providing. And and also when it comes down to sex, I definitely, I believe now, like, I know, like I said, growing up in the church, I understand a lot of people say it's reserved for marriage, and I've kind of gotten to the point where I kind of strayed away from that, because I think, honestly, it's a natural thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a desire for it, because it's like, I think a lot of times in church they've made it to where they've deemed it unnatural. What I'm saying? They've deemed it, or they've put like such a heavy price on it, to where it's, instead of saying that, hey, this is a natural reaction. If you see a girl that you like, or you feel attracted to her, there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that and you know, and it's like people, they make it seem like, oh well, I'm feeling all of these things of lust, blah blah blah, whoop de woo, and it's being addressed as, oh, it lust bad, and when it's, instead of saying it's bad, it's natural.
Understood.
You know what you're
Understood, brother.
you know what
All
you're attracted
praises.
to. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're
Yes.
attracted to, and that's the problem. It's become like a lot of things that we're talking about now is like a lot of things that's been taught to us is, oh well, it's you know, you can't be upset because, oh, that's the enemy, da 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 da. I'm like, no, that's natural. If somebody does something to you, it's natural for you to be upset. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, listen, brother, I'm not to cut you off or anything like that, but we are out of time right now.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But listen, what you brought forth was very, very poignant. We would like to have you back on next week, the same time when we get on. It's going to be a very powerful lesson, or I'm sorry, not even a lesson, a very powerful broadcast. And you know, just come back on next week and definitely bring forth those points again. Like what you brought forth is very poignant. Jay, if you can go ahead and you know, go ahead and close everybody out.
Yes, sir.
Make sure that we got everything
Let
going.
me take care of this. I forgot I was in another Discord call. This put me right into the call too. I'm so sorry about that.
No, you're fine. It's awesome, LGA, man. Hopefully you come back next week, brother. With that being said, man, it's been a great, wonderful broadcast, talk show, whatever you want to call it, podcast tonight. If you may, you didn't feel like putting your concerns in the comment section. If you have a question for myself or Kels to Sway, listen, I'm gonna have to put his channel in the chat box, okay, so that you guys may have some questions for him. That's his username. All right, you guys can ask him anything, ask me anything. If you guys have any ideas as to what you guys will like, you know what I'm saying, to speak about the next week, that is all wonderful. And also, you know, if you guys wish to support the stream or support what we're doing here, if you want to support Kels to Sway, you know what I mean, he will probably have his Cash App and PayPal information. You want to support me, you all have my Cash App and PayPal information. You know, for our personal lives or whatever we doing, you guys can get that also. And in ending, we're not doing this for any type of donation or anything like that, but as some people have asked me last week and I didn't put that out there, so I'm putting it out this week. You know, that's how you can support us, you know, that way, you know, donations wise. But as far as the show goes, anything left to say from you, Par, or anybody else that's in the channel? Anything you want to say, Par, in closing? I guess not. Do you?
Thanks for the show. It was great.
Awesome. That is amazing. That is amazing.
I would like to say one thing. I hope that everyone who tuned in this week will be here next week. Please invite your friends, family, whoever, share it. Like I said, we're gonna go into more groundbreaking information as we keep going on, and whatever you guys want to talk about, we're gonna go ahead and do it with facts and with information. So just please, you know, invite everybody. This is where we can all talk and all have a word.
Yes, sir. All right. Without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that came out. It was amazing. It was awesome. We're going to be back here next week, 6:30 p.m. State your utterance. As I always say, give me the ideas that you need. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. If you see this video later on in Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all these different things, man, Facebook, yo, just send us a message. We are not hard to contact, and we're open-minded. So everything that was stated in the chat today, this judgment-free zone here. All right, on Sunday Talks with Jay and Kels. With that being said, guys, we're going to end this bad boy with the Hebrew Credo, and then we're going to bid you all Godspeed, as they say. We're going to see you next week. All right? Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Achad. Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Achad. Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Achad. Which means, in translation from Hebrew to English, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. All right, that's our belief system. We can't wait to see others come in. Tomorrow, we got you, Mac and Boy 26, man. Thank you for all that came out. We will be switching over to the second segment of this whole bad boy, which is the video game stuff. And thank you for everybody who came out to this show. I'm Graham Slam. And Kels, you have your last bidding words as we close this bad boy out. All right, with that being said, we're going to take it as Kels and Par are both quiet and done with the speaking. We'll see you next week. Grand Slammer. See you next week. Green.